Here we go. Look pretty.
I'm going to mute.
Yeehaw!
Where was Ginger? Oh God, you're in trouble now. Hi everybody, and welcome to the V for Vets channel today. We have our special guest today, Jim Busbee, who we will be doing an interview with. First, I wanted to say hi to everyone out there and let everyone panel say hi. Upstate audience, how you doing, brother? Thank you for coming in. Anyone else want to say hi? I don't see anyone else out there right now. I wasn't paying attention.
Chat, live chat. Here we go. Okay. Now I can see who's actually there.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to fix right now. So censors wait for a few more people to come in. There it is. I can. There. And I can shut off the stream on the other loop.
I tried to call Ginger. She didn't answer. So she said she might be sleeping because she didn't sleep all last night. You know, she called us.
Oh, that's right.
She was having a hard time last night, so she said she might be sleeping. So
I haven't been to bed yet.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't sleep Wednesday night. That's why I was falling asleep last night when me and Wrights and Bud were talking on panel. I was falling asleep.
Okay.
And so then we got off panel, and 5 minutes later, Ginger called me and she started talking. She said, "You fell asleep on me." I said, "Well, you know, I got off panel because I said I was falling asleep." "Oh yeah, that's right." Because I had yet to bed to sleep, and it's been 20 hours, Ginger. I said, "I am tired." That's a long time.
I'll tell you what she did to me. I told her to hold on. I said, right back in about 5 minutes. I don't get a cup of coffee. Come back. She left.
She probably fell asleep.
Yeah.
No, she was there. She said you were gone. I said, but he said he was going to get a cup of coffee. I heard you say, "I'll get a cup of coffee. I'll be right back."
Yeah. I told her what time. 5 minutes. She goes, okay.
Yeah, because he has to make the coffee fresh. Exactly.
No, she had taken too much RSO and she was really high. She probably didn't remember you said it.
Yeah, probably so.
She was having a bad trip because she took double the dose she should have. She's, I think, because every time you get it, you don't know how strong it is. Yeah, I said, well, you learned, didn't you? She goes, yeah. Now I don't give myself that much.
No. So this is like a part 2 of our interview that started the other day with Rights for Vets. I hope everyone got to see that interview. We're gonna take over quite a little bit from there now. The theme of these is the conditions that our vets have gone through in the VA. And then tomorrow night we'll also be having Michelle Bruce up, who will be also talking about those issues as well, which will round up our interview series on the VA to launch our brothers' Rights for Vets and Michelle Bruce's channels. So, like I said, we're still waiting for a few more people to come in. If they don't, in the next few minutes, we'll just start. You can always rewind.
And I will see if I can get Darla and Mary to come up tomorrow at 7 also. I'll contact them when we're done here.
Really cool.
I'll be back tomorrow too, so.
Okay.
Well, that'll be great, Jim, of course. So, again,
and again, if you have friends that you know that are veterans, have that invite them to come up too.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. So, without further ado, I guess our guest today is Jim Busbee. He's gonna let you know a little bit about himself. So go ahead, Jim. Tell us how you started in the military.
Okay. Well, 17. You know.
He started as a little seaman.
Oh my God! And he goes in the Navy.
Oh gosh! Oh God, KY.
Oh, that's.
I got it.
Anyhow, I was starting to get in all kinds of trouble. So the judge told me either military or goodbye for a while. So I said military, and I didn't. I didn't really want to go wait for the draft to draft me. My brother had already been drafted, and I just said, "The heck with it! I'll just join the Navy because I don't want to go in the Army." Nothing wrong with the Army, but I just didn't want to. I don't like to walk and sleep in the dirt. Anyhow, I went in the Navy. Boot camp was really rough on me because it's, you're a 17-year-old kid. You got mother to take care of you and do all that stuff for you. And when you get into the military, you have to wash your own clothes.
It's a rude awakening.
Yes, a very rude and people screaming at you and right in your face, telling you what to do, where to do it, when to do it, and how to do it. And if you didn't do it like they said, then you either give push-ups or sit-ups or captain's chair. And the
Or extra duty, or yeah.
yeah, extra duty, or it was. I mean, you learned real quick to do what you're told.
Mind your P's and
Yeah.
Q's.
Yes, and it was pretty rough on me the first couple of weeks. You didn't get much sleep. You could get to bed probably about 10 o'clock at night after they made you write letters to home.
Yep.
You had to write a letter to home at least once a week, but nothing else to do, so you sit down and you wrote a letter almost every night. Anyhow, that that was okay, but 10 o'clock, and then you were up at 5, and I was used to sleeping till 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah,
Come home.
another rude awakening.
Yeah, come home at midnight or 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning and sleep all day and get up and do it again. But that come to an abrupt halt, and marching. I wasn't. I was kind of athletic, not real athletic, but I did run the 100-yard dash and things like that in high school. But the marching was unbelievable. I mean, they marched you everywhere, and if you got out of step, you had to stop marching and do push-ups while they walked around the I forget what they call that.
I'm not.
Parade ground.
Yeah, the parade grounds. You had to walk around. They marched you around the parade ground, and you were doing push-ups or sit-ups until they got back, and then you got back in line, and you better march right. And so from boot camp, that it got better, and the further you got into boot camp, the better it got on you because you were starting to learn, you were starting to understand what's going on, and it takes a little while for you to figure things out. And after boot camp, went straight aboard ship, and it was a USS James E. Keyes. It was a destroyer. It was, I didn't get my school right away because the school hadn't opened up. So they threw me right into the bilges, right into the boiler room, where it was hot, sweaty, nasty, dirty.
Engine room.
Yeah, engine.
Yeah, but the good thing about the boiler room is you had all the steam pipes, and you can steam your whites absolutely clean.
No, but first I went to the boiler room, and then I graduated to the engine room, and that's where I stood a watch for reverse osmosis of the what
Salt water to fresh water, yeah, reverse osmosis.
Yes,
Purify water, purifier. Yep.
Right, water. They made salt water into fresh water.
Yep.
And you had to stand there and watch a little gauge and make sure it didn't get too much salt in it or not enough salt, because we had to make two kinds of water. We had to make boiler feed water, which had 0 salt in it, and we had to make drinking water, which had a small amount of salt in it.
1 or 2% they were allowed to have in it. Yeah.
Right. And um, that's that's what I had to do until I finally got a school. I went to TI, had the school. The school was really great. I mean, they taught you how to fight fire aboard ship. They had a little ship made there, and you had to go through these bulkheads, and over the fire was coming over the top of them, and you were trying to put the hoses over the top of the bulkheads to fight that fire in the next room, and you had to climb a ladder with the heavy stuff all on you to hoses and stuff to go up to the next level and hook up to hoses up there and fight the fire up there. Yeah, but that was just training and a lot of book work. Um, and stuff like that. And once I got my school, I went straight back to the USS James E. Keyes, and um, we had already made a cruise to the Gulf of Tonkin and overseas. That was the first cruise. I come back and I got my school, and then I was getting ready to go on another cruise over there, and uh, that was 60. I went in 64, 65. I made the first cruise, and 66 we made another cruise, and at the end of that cruise, um, we were sent to I believe it was 67. We were sent in for shore bomb. We did shore bomb for a 30-day uh, continuous shooting into the shore for like 3 days. Every 5 minutes we fired one shot for harassment for 24 hours for 3 days. I mean, you can imagine a gun, a big 5-inch 38 gun going off either forward or aft uh, every 5 minutes, one shot. And I asked them, I said, who are we harassing, them or us? Because you can't sleep. You're that big old gun goes off and it shakes the whole ship. And, you know, it's,
Nerve
anyhow,
wracking. It's nerve
yeah,
wracking.
yes, it is. It's, your ears are ringing and you're, you're nervous. You don't know if they're going to shoot back or what. Anyhow, uh, we did that, and we were headed for R&R to Australia, and that's when we just left the Gulf of Tonkin and was headed to Australia, and they stopped us and turned us around, and we were headed uh, to the Pueblo had just been captured, and we were headed in to get it, but they stopped us right at the headwaters to go into the bay there, and they said not to go in, so we had to turn around, and that's when we went into the delta of the Mekong, and we went up the river there and did shore bomb again, and I'm assuming that's the only thing I can think of is where we come in contact with Agent Orange because they had dumped it into the river and it leached from the river into the sea, and that Agent Orange is
It got in. It
cancer
got in the
cancer.
water, and of course you were drinking the water.
Right. Yeah. We make water from the salt water into make it into fresh water, and all that water is already um, diluted with Agent Orange, and what we could get out of it. I
You took
imagine
the
that we
salt
got
out.
it
You
out,
didn't
but
get. You got
but
the
you still
salt out,
got
but not the other chemicals. That's right.
yes, and
That's what you call evaporators.
evaporators, right? Anyhow, got out of that, and about I guess about a month after we left there and left. Pueblo was still in in there, and we weren't going to go back. So I was about ready to get out. It was almost time for me to leave. So they heloed me. They were going to stick around um, for the Pueblo in case anything happened, but they heloed me off of the ship onto the Bennington, and then from the Bennington they flew me off of the Bennington to the Philippines. There's a Air Force base on the Philippines. I can't think of the name of it offhand, but from the Philippines they flew me into TI, Treasure Island, and well, not really Treasure. They flew me into Travis Air Force Base, and then they bused me to TI. And from TI, I got discharged. And as I was leaving the gate at TI, they told me, they said, "Man, you need to get out of that uniform as soon as possible because those people don't like you over there." That was the exact words that they used or told me when I left TI. And and it was I never I did run into some signs and stuff that said sailors and dogs keep off the grass. Other, other than that, you know, uh, I went home, uh, not not knowing, what could transpire later on. Anyhow, I I got a job. Uh, I went to work. Put 25 years with Pacific Gas and Electric. Um, I got retired. Started a little business myself. I was putting. Well, when I was with PG&E, they sent me out to Topak, which is right on the Needles, California. But there's a little town down there called Topak, and we have a gas pump. PG&E has a gas pumping station that pumps gas from Texas to the Bay Area, and that's all cooled by water. And there's a lot of pumps out there, and that's where I learned how to uh, uh, remove and replace and repair pumps, and electrically and physically. So uh, I started a little pump business when I retired from PG&E, and
Pump repair.
pump repair. Yes, I was pulling pumps out of domestic wells, and I was doing some uh, pumps for farmers also.
Irrigation pumps.
Yeah, irrigation pumps and things like that. And um, I got home one Saturday and everything was fine. Sunday come along, my daughter was her and her husband was over at the house, and they had just left. And I told the wife, I said, "Man, there's something wrong. I don't feel very good." And she took my blood pressure, and it was 250 over 125 or something big like that.
Horrendous. Yeah,
And,
something
yes,
horrendous.
and they called my son-in-law. He's a fireman, and they said, take me to the hospital as soon as possible. And got to the hospital, and the doctor said I was having what they call a silent heart attack. My blood pressure got so high. I guess it was from the prostate cancer, and that's how they started investigating. Did a biopsy and all that, and uh, Stanford is the one that found the cancer. I had a biopsy done locally here in Merced, and then I went to Stanford, and they did a biopsy, and they found stage 4 prostate cancer, and that's when I got connected with the VA, because a buddy of mine called me and said, "Jim, did you know uh, we're what you call blue water?" And I went, "What is blue water? What do they mean? What do you mean by
Deep
blue water?"
blue
And
water,
Well,
maybe,
talk.
deep
yeah,
water. Yeah.
he goes, you were introduced to Agent Orange, and he said not only are we blue water, we went up the river there, and it's called brown water now because that's fresh water we were in. It's not just salt water. And I said, well, okay, what does that mean? He goes, well, you need to get in touch with the VA because you got prostate cancer, and Agent Orange was prevalent not only in blue water, but really prevalent in brown water. So I got a hold of the VA, and the VA said, you're going to have to prove to us that you got prostate cancer. And I said, well, what I got to do? How do I do that? And it's just like these First Amendment auditors. You go in, you just uh, take a go to the. I went to the hospital and asked them for records, and they give me all the records, and I took it down to the VA, and I get down to the VA with the doctor down. I had to go to Fresno, which is 60 miles away from my house, and they said once I got down there with the proof that I had prostate cancer, the doctor didn't even look at it. He said, "I know everything. You don't have to show me that. I know everything about you already." And I didn't know how he knew that because I never give any permission to look at my health records to the VA or anybody else. So I couldn't
Your civilian
understand.
records, yeah.
Yeah. And anyhow, they connected me with the VA that day, sent me home, and I started doing my treatments, which is radiation treatments. There was 40 treatments every day for 40 days. I had to go and lay on uh, a, a bed there that they had, and that radiation machine went over the top of me 5 or 6 times, and it really took a lot out of you. I mean, you could get up and you could walk after that. It just takes a lot of strength
And
and
energy out of you, yeah.
energy out of it. Yes, it just knocks the hell out of you. And I'd go home, fall asleep for an hour or two, get up and try to move around and go do it again the next day. And that was for 40 days. And I'm still doing what they call a Lupron shot. It's to control the cancer from coming back, and I'll still be doing that until 2002. Uh, it's either June or July will be my last treatment, and then I'll either be either they'll be cured or in remission, one or the other. That I don't really know what they're going to tell me. So
What do you then? What would you rate the VA then? Your experience with them?
For that.
The VA. When I did get connected with the VA, they assigned a doctor to me, and I've seen her one time. She's a nice lady, but I've seen her one time. Uh, uh, and when I got uh, when I got connected there, I wanted to, because I paid 500. I had insurance through PG&E, and I paid $500 a month for that insurance, and it has prescriptions, and they take it until you reach $500 in your prescription. Then it's free from there on through Express Scripts. But I said I'll save that $500 and I'll go get all my medications through the VA. And when I did, they only give me 30-day day prescriptions. I was getting 90-day prescriptions through Express Scripts, and I talked to my doctor. I called her, told her I said I need to get it uh, up to 60 days. And she said, yeah, we could do that. And when they did, they doubled my dose. Instead of 50 milligrams, they made it 100 milligrams. Instead of 25 milligrams, they made it 50 milligrams. And I guess they expected me to cut the pill in half or what. But I called the doctor and I told her, and she said, well, the pharmacies is different than they only give you what they have. They won't make it the prescription, the amount that we order, they make it what they have. And I said, well, what kind of doctor is that can't tell the pharmacist the amount of the prescription, that they just do whatever the hell they want? And she goes, well, they do it in the VA. And so,
Yeah, like for instance, you were supposed to be getting 50, and they all they had was 100 milligrams. They would send you 100 milligrams pill
yeah, and I had
and a
no
pill cutter and expect you to cut each one in half.
right, and I had no idea that they were doing that. And here I was taking 100 milligrams of medication, and I was only supposed to be taking 50 milligrams, and it really screws your head up and screws
Screws
you
you
up.
for a loop, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
Would you
finally, if the wife and me figured out what was going on, and well, I just, the heck with the VA, I'm getting out of this, and I went back to Express Scripts, and I haven't had any problems since.
But in
Uh,
reality, the going to the VA would save you a lot of money.
yes,
500 a month.
It's a service offered to you for your service in the military.
correct.
So I
Yeah,
wouldn't call this a great experience with the VA.
no, it
Now,
wasn't.
mind you, which is why we wanted to connect you with Rights for Vets. Rights for Vets had his own nightmare. And then you can add Michelle to that, and you can see that the topic of this basically is, do you see a way of fixing these problems with the VA? Do you guys, Jim, do you?
Yes, I see a perfect example of fixing the VA, and that's doing away with them and letting us go to see a normal, everyday physician instead of somebody that really doesn't care that much about you. You know what I mean? The way I see it, every time you go in and talk to them, they don't really. They just treat what you say. If you say, "Hey, I got a headache," they'll give you a bunch of aspirins and say, "Okay." They won't look into what.
So I have a question for you. When was this that you were getting these prescriptions from the VA? Recently or a while back?
Yeah, no, recently, probably within uh, uh, 6 months to a year, I've quit.
Okay, that's funny because my VA here in Louisville uses Express Script just like TRICARE does.
Uh-huh. And that's another thing they could do. They could use an outside source and say, but we have a hospital in Fresno, and the hospital, I guess, has to show, that they're relevant. Or I guess that's the only thing I can think of, because uh, they don't care nothing about you there. My brother went through that hospital 2 or 3 times, and he finally passed away. But
The only way I can see to fix the VA is that CFR Title 38 needs to be changed, and more toward the veteran and not to the VA, the agents, the governmental agency, the bureaucrats.
yes,
And like I said, the only ones that can change that is Congress. If we doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, whatever, you need to, or independent, you need to get to your congressman and tell them you need that change. The president of the United States, doesn't matter what party's in office, cannot change the CFR. The only ones that can do that is Congress.
Congress.
And the VA does not want it changed.
No.
Because they've been beating the head of us veterans from past to present, past and present, all these years since Nixon, or before Nixon, over the head with that damn Title CFR Title 38, and that's where they adjudicate our claims, the whole 9 yards, and what they can do, what they cannot do. And also, they're supposed to give the benefit of the doubt to the veteran if it's 50-50, and they don't. They got too many civilians that don't give a crap. And like I said before, with the mentality here to the Atlanta VA, the employee will say, well, we're in here working 8 hours a day, and here you have a smelly old vet wants a pay increase, and they don't work, and they don't do nothing, and here we're working so hard, and that's the sentiment they have.
Yes. Yes.
And that
They,
needs all that needs to be changed totally. And I wouldn't say do away with the VA, but the Title 30 to have that title, the CFR Title 38 changed, be more veteran friendly and more geared to the veteran and not to the damn VA. That would actually do more good and everything.
Okay. Now, changing subjects a little.
Okay.
Jim, what is your take on the homeless vets?
well, it's a terrible, terrible tragedy. I, my brother, he was into drugs. He tried really, really hard to get into a VA home, and they had a brand new one that they just built there in Fresno, and he was trying real hard to get in, but he they for some reason he just never could get connected with it, and he got pushed around in the hospital, pushed around. He had a little apartment, in Mariposa, which is 30 miles away from me, but uh, he had too many bad friends that kept coming around and kept coming around, and he got straightened up for about 3 years, but it all when he started getting sick and going back to the VA, and they just made things worse for him. He just got back on the drugs and finally passed away from it. It's just and it was everything that the VA had. Like I said, he got straightened up. He was straight for 3 years, and he was trying to get, but he couldn't get away from if he had got into the VA housing, then I think he could have got away from it, but he just couldn't get away from it.
That's a
That's
shame.
Yes, finally ended up killing him. But I think I have had the only good experience I've had with the VA is, this radiation takes care. It does something to your bones, and what happened was I lost fillings, and a couple of my teeth cracked and broke off, and the VA dental was in Fresno, and I'd have to drive 60 miles. So they had nothing here. So they let me use a regular dentist's office in downtown Merced. He said, pick you out a dentist and go to that one, and we'll clear it with them. And I went there. Uh, they put caps instead of what do you call that stuff they put in your teeth instead of uh, I can't think of the name of it. Anyhow, instead of fillings they
Fillings.
put caps. Yeah, and they put I got 3 or 4 caps on my teeth, which are uh, you know I had a root canal and all that, and caps, and that was a decent experience because I went there. They fixed the problem. They didn't mess around. I went in. They set me in a chair. I didn't have to sit there all day and wait for a doctor. Like you do at VA. Yeah, you go in, you put your name in, and then you sit and wait and wait and wait, and then finally you go in and see the doctor. But like I said, I've only seen my doctor one time the whole 3 years I've been connected with the VA, and I'd rather go see my normal family doctor that I've had for quite some time
So
instead of
then
instead
I,
of messing with the VA.
in which honestly, I think the VA should be for prosthetics or something like that, like a hospital where if you've lost a limb or something, you go.
Correct.
I do not believe the VA should handle your personal medical decisions. I think that should be left up to you, like every other American. I mean, the idea is you've gone off and fought war, and now you come back as a vet. Why would you lose benefits?
Right.
And it's not like we're making this stuff up. You are the second person we've interviewed, and we will have a third one tomorrow. I am not saying that every single VA hospital is bad, but the fact that
No.
the bad ones exist, and they do exist, it's like recently. They would not let the vets in Veteran Row at the exit of LA, right next to the Veterans Administration. They had empty rooms in there, so the Americans started protesting by putting flags up.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't the only reason. The VA finally did something that I consider admirable, which is a plus for them. They opened up some land on their property, and they took all of the American vets that were living in that little encampment and helped them rebuild the encampment inside on federal land with electricity and portaloos.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just saying that that was a great thing. I understand, but they wouldn't let them in the rooms. Fine. But they turned around with another solution, a solution they didn't have to do. And now that this has been done at one, it can definitely be done in multiple places.
Yes.
So my question to you is, do you agree that for the overall, like I'd asked Rice yesterday, same question, do you think the VA should be closed down and only left to something maybe like prosthetics and stuff?
Well,
Or
clo-
completely?
clo- not completely closed down, but you know, they can do away with a lot of their doctors by letting you go see an outside doctor, somebody that you can trust. You just you can't trust them whenever the doctor gives you a prescription and the pharmacist makes up what he wants to give you. That that's not being a doctor. I
No,
mean,
it's not.
if I was a doctor, I would have that a pharmacist by the ear and tell him you do what I tell you to do, or else you can go kick rocks someplace. Uh,
Yeah.
that's not right. When I'm writing a prescription, that's a doctor's prescription. That's not the pharmacist to give you whatever they got.
Well, Jim,
If they don't have it, they better damn well get it.
Well, but I want but they do have all VA hospitals have a prosthetic department within the VA.
well,
That's
I
where you
mean,
go get. That's where you go get your wheelchairs, your scooters,
right.
your
I just mean that's all
and
they
all.
should do. They should not force you guys to come there and go to a doctor. That's ridiculous. That's like let you go to any your general doctor or practitioner you want, wherever you want. They should have the insurance that Congress has. I mean, they're the ones that actually went out there and did the shit. Congress sat
That's
on
what.
their ass and said them. So
Yeah.
you get a card from the government that pays your health care, and you can go to any hospital in the United States, any doctor, anywhere that takes anybody. You have an open card. It doesn't matter where you go. It's not limited to
Right.
Medi-Cal,
We
Medicare.
do. We do have a card. It was the choice program, but you had to get called and get it approved before. If they give the okay for it, then it'll be paid for. If not, then you have to pay for it.
Yeah, I'm just one. I think as part of your service, as part, and it's another discussion completely that I was going to talk to you about Michelle and rights, but It is the one we had the other night behind panel where we were talking about those who serve for 2 years compared to those who serve for 6, those who go into battle, and the actual breakdown of the benefits that they get at the end of it.
Yeah.
I think that those benefits should be heightened and for all vets that come out, and that way you, sir, don't have to go back there unless it's for the prostate and I or for the prosthetic limbs and stuff that are and the wheelchairs and stuff, which from what Wrights has told us, it's this crap material anyway. I'm really disappointed in that because I figured that it would made in that if you go and watch Right for Vets video, it flat says in there um made in Japan. I'm just saying, guys. It comes to the point where everything that goes into the U.S. military,
No, it said made in China.
China, whatever, everything that goes for our vets should be made in USA. I'm just
No,
saying,
no,
there's
made in
not.
Germany. Germany.
You don't think it should be made here in the United States?
I
No,
think
I
so.
mean,
I think it should be.
I think
my
everything
watch
that
was made.
goes. Oh, in
My
Germany.
watch.
Okay. Well, the point
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
making is it's not here. Well, Jim, before we I guess we covered most of what we were going to cover. It's an honor to have you up here. I thank you for your service. I'm going to
Thank you.
go ahead and let Bill open up the panel because I'm sure the people have questions for you guys. And remember, it's not just Jim up here. We got Michelle, we got Rights for Vets, we got KY Packer, and Bill. So yes, you can drop the links. Anyone that wants to come up or ask any questions, please feel free to do so.
Now, one of the things I had is now at my VA here in Louisville, Kentucky, when you apply for treatment to them, it's by ability to pay. Was it the
ATP.
same with you?
But
Did you have to go through a financial questionnaire type thing to find out what your income was and everything?
you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I never had to do any of that. The only thing that I had to do to get connected to the VA was take them proof that I had prostate cancer.
Okay. Here in my VA, they one of the things you have to do if you want care, even though I was already proven certain issues were service connected, if I wanted to get treated, then it's by your ability to pay. I said, well, I'm retired Army. I have TRICARE. Oh, well, that you're automatically accepted then if you have TRICARE. If you're retired and you have TRICARE, then you're already accepted for treatment because the VA will pay them what they want according to the contracts that they have. But if you don't have uh, TRICARE Prime, because you were only in 2 years for less than 20 years, and you're not retired, well then they go by your ability to pay, and there's a sliding schedule fee that they charge you by your ability to pay. So, like in your case where you worked for PG&E and had a retirement, well,
Yeah.
they go by what your retirement is, and they adjust their
Well,
fees by your ability to pay.
yeah.
In some
Well,
places, people aren't retired because they got hurt and they never were able to complete a
well,
retirement program. They don't have that ability. So my VA has a sliding fee schedule according to your ability to pay.
yeah, like I say, when I got connected, all they wanted to know was that proof that I had prostate cancer, and
Okay.
that's all they asked for. If that had they asked me for anything else, retirement, uh, insurance and things like that. Well, they should have known because I went to Stanford, and they should have known that I had insurance because that's the insurance was through PG&E.
They probably did have that. Yeah, they probably did
Yeah,
have that.
the guy told me, the doctor told me, he's got all my records. He said, I know the day that you went in to boot camp. I know the scores that you passed your school with. I know when you got your GED. I know
He had
everything about.
everything. Yep.
Yeah,
he
I
had
know
everything.
everything about you. So, volunteer information. Hell, he already knows it. What I need to volunteer it for. So, that's the only thing I did with the VA was show them proof that I had prostate cancer, and I guess that was enough for them. I had a guy help me fill out paperwork to get connected with PG&E, and that's when they wanted to know if I could show proof that I had prostate cancer, and that's when I went and got the proof and showed it to them.
Well, I know when I went to John Dingle, they do it every year. I have to go to a MEAD test, MEAD. And what that is, you have to show them your income, make sure they're updating everything to make sure everything's right.
Uh-huh.
And I'd have to do this every freaking year. But it doesn't help me out because I still had to pay $10,000 in 14 years out of my own pocket.
Yes.
When they denied me things when I was supposed to get it. It's a crock.
They denied me in 1990 because I went to them, and that's the first time.
Blue water or brown water then?
I was always blue water and brown water. They didn't know it, I guess. Right. The wife says they hadn't made blue water and brown water an issue yet with Agent Orange, I guess, in 1990. That's the only thing we can think of. Because when I went in 1990, they said you were crazy. I was crazy. I didn't. I never went. I wasn't never ashore. Blue water. What is that? That everybody's in blue water because they're out in the ocean. But when you.
Then they made the map.
Yeah, then they made a map of it, I guess, and figured out where the Agent Orange had leached into. So.
Right. Now, if you were in the Coral Sea, that's brown water too.
Yes.
but they didn't have the Agent Orange there.
Well, what would that be deemed brown water for? Because I thought brown water and blue water was for Agent Orange. At least that's what I was been told. I don't know.
Well, you're right about 1990 because my friend got Agent Orange, and it took him 10 years before they realized that he did have it.
Yeah.
10 years before he got his 100% disability.
Yeah. And that was my first, I guess, there's no sense in it talking about it now because it didn't happen. I should have been paid from 1990 to up to date, but they're not gonna go back and look at that. They're not gonna,
Well, like I told everybody else, even your physicians inside the VA hospital doesn't go to a VA hospital. They go to their own private care. So there's something going on.
You ever wondered what actors and actresses do when they have to eat really fast for a movie? Because I can promise you, it's not the same diet that you're following and the same training plan that you try. Why? Because what they do is take a catered approach. They get their trainer who knows what they're doing, and they have them write out a plan for their body type. Because once you know your body type, you're going to know exactly what kind of exercises are best, what kind of diet is going to be best, and then everything else comes. And that's why we created a free body type quiz. It's going to tell you exactly what to do for what your body type is based off of what you answered in the quiz. So if you want to get in shape, stop following all these fad diets that have never worked for you and take the body type quiz right now by hitting the link below. Watch the video at the end and I'll tell you exactly what to do.
See, brown water also has to do with depth of the water.
Okay.
Blue water, you can capsize a ship if you get rollers big enough. You don't have that in the Coral Sea because it's shallow. The Coral Sea is shallow water.
Okay.
Go on.
The same with the water around Australia. That's the reason they had the PT boats, because the depth of the water is so shallow, the shoals and everything.
Also, the Coast Guard boats too had the smaller boats to get in.
Exactly. Exactly. So you get into the Bay of Tonkin and you get into close to shore. That's brown water. That's not blue water.
Yeah. Well,
As well as the rivers are brown water.
yeah. Well, we
You
we
wouldn't you
were up
wouldn't put a
close.
you wouldn't put a 40-foot boat out in the middle of the Atlantic and get swamped and sunk.
Yeah, well,
But you
we were close because that was another thing. We had what they called the little swift boats that would come out with torpedoes and launch torpedoes out of the carrier and stuff. And that was our main job to fight against those, blow them up, whatever we had to do to stop them. And we did have a few come out. We also had what they called junks. They were little wooden boats with wooden sails or paper sails, whatever.
rice paper
Yeah,
sails.
yeah, rice paper sails, and they would carry munitions back and forth between islands, and that was our job to stop them. Yeah,
Interdiction, yeah.
right, right. And we what we would do is we would fire across their bow, and if they didn't stop, then we blew them up. But if they stopped, we boarded them.
Inspected them, yeah.
Did whatever we needed to do, and then left. Took off, left them alone.
I have a video if you guys want to take it. It's on our private section there. If you want to take that out and show everybody, you guys used it before on your channel here.
Okay,
So I don't know if Bud or KY can
Bud?
do it.
Which one?
It's the very last one. It's hold on here. Let's see.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah, you guys used it before in your channel. Let everybody. It's about VA and what's going on and a little bit. So
No, that last one is our link for this site.
hold on here.
next to last, then maybe.
What happened to it? Oh, somebody wrote some other stuff here. Yeah, it's where's my
No, the
glasses?
3 KYP that's the StreamYard address where we're at.
Okay, I'm talking about the
No,
HTTP.
that's it. That's the only 2 you have listed is both of them are the link
Oh, what the
for
heck? That shouldn't have happened. Hold on here. Okay, let me get you the link. All right. I don't know what happened there again. Why is this thing screwed up on me here? All right, guys, bear with me. We put it on mute. I'll be right back.
All right. Hello, Banana Anner. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Gil.
Hey, Banana. Hey, Gil.
2009, say Belarusian officials.
Hello, everybody down in the side chat.
The Middle East and Asia, it could be 5,000, they told CNN, in just another week for Europe.
Damn it, talking with my mute on.
That's why we couldn't hear you.
Yeah, apparently. Hey, Banana. I said hi, but that was on mute. Guys got it. Oh, yeah, Bill probably will put up her channel link. Should definitely go over there and like, share, and subscribe to her channel. I believe she has the Banana Anna Lounge. That's really good. But
did it to herself again.
So never mind. I won't say it.
oh, look at this. The master bus driver here. I can hear the rolling up on me.
Yeah, you hear the lounge and well, now never mind.
So it
The
is
Alligator Lounge.
Alligator
Alligator
Lounge.
Lounge. What the? This is the 12th, 11th, isn't it? 12th.
It is the 12th
Dang.
all day.
all day.
for another 4 hours and
There's
7 minutes.
well, I got a lot more time. My roommate works night shift tonight, so
About
Okay, guys.
13 days till Thanksgiving.
Okay, guys, it's up.
so
Make
she
sure it works. Yeah.
that's nice. So yeah, that's sad so far that three of you that have come up have all had horrific stories to say about a establishment that really is set up to help you. I really do believe if they remove everything but like the major stuff, right? And then only have vets and vet family members run the remaining, services, then I think or actually, why can't the VA have military doctors working there?
There aren't enough. There aren't enough to staff the regular hospitals, much less the VAs also.
Wow. Maybe they should make a program to like promote people to go into the army military and get a medical.
They have programs like that.
That's what they call a draft too.
That's what they call a draft. And what's
They have programs where they will send you to medical school to become a doctor, and you thereby incur an obligation to serve so many years in the military.
Hmm.
I think it's 10 years, and of course, part of that is included with your education. So if you spend 6 years in medical school, then you have 4 years afterward that you have to serve. Then after the 10 years, you can either stay or leave.
Well, it really gets me aggravated. As many times I went back and forth to VA, they didn't fix not one problem except for my legs, and I had to fight for that one through private care. Not one time did they fix anything. They just kept making me run around. Couldn't even find a parking place to park.
That's a problem. My VA too. The hospital uh, parking is horrendous. They have shuttles that they used to have shuttles that ran and picked you up. And that's fine if you're able-bodied. You can walk a block and a half from the back of the parking lot to the hospital. But if you're disabled or a wheelchair or a walker, it could take you half an hour, 40 minutes to walk from the back of the parking lot to the front if they don't have a shuttle running.
Well,
And
here in
then
Atlanta,
they finally started valet parking for the disabled. If you're disabled, that's the sign you come in. If you're disabled, please go to the valet parking first.
they do, but they also here in Atlanta they got that, but they also got uh, a a drop off where a bus come by and pick everybody up and carry them to the hospital, and you park your car at the church.
Oh, okay.
Cause trying to find a parking spot in 2 decks is like murder.
They don't treat us vets right. They don't. As far as I'm concerned, they get rid of every dang doctors and just close the place down and give us private care. It'd be a lot easier, a
Who's
lot
got a
cheaper.
TV or another screen open that we're hearing will get struck? We can't have a TV program or another video. We'll get
Maybe.
struck. Someone's got a TV program or another video open.
Not
I
me.
don't know. Not me.
Yeah, YouTube can strike us for that.
I'm chewing on my Starburst.
That's it. That's the noise.
I nibble, but I don't bite.
Oh, what's this? Oh, what's going on? Uh-oh. I got a problem here, guys. My battery's going to die. What the heck?
So everyone send prayers to Banana, so her child's better. Yeah.
Oh, didn't know anything about it.
Hey, Banana,
Yes.
I hope you feel better. Your child feels better. Take care, baby.
Yeah, we didn't know anything. I didn't
Yes.
know anything about it.
Yes.
Sorry about that, Anna. Yeah, really.
Yeah, read the little tagger. I'll put it back up.
I wasn't. I was trying to fix my computer's going to die on me. What's it say? Oh, everyone is.
I
Oh
hope
my
that
God.
fever doesn't turn into something bad.
Keep hearing. Yeah, we do
How
pray.
old is she, Banana? How old is your daughter?
We're,
Yeah, that ain't right. Ah,
we're,
God.
we're praying for her.
Yes.
How old is the daughter?
I have no idea.
Teenager? Pre-teenager? Mononucleosis.
Oh, that's why. Oh my gosh.
Shit.
My oldest son came home with a fever one day. He was 13. Eric, I saw you walking with the girl a couple times when I drove by on the way home from work. You were walking home from school. You were walking pretty close to that girl. Were you kissing on that girl? He got kind of red. I said, "It's no big deal. Boys and girls kiss." He said, "She's 10. Nah, she's so yeah. She's a little young for having mono 10. Now if she was 13 or 14, but yeah, Eric was 13. I said, "You were kissing on her." He said, "Well, yeah." I said, "We need to take you to the doctor." And they did a test. Yeah, he's mono. He missed 8 weeks of school.
And became a legend.
Became a legend. Yeah.
Oh,
You're bad, KY.
But Eric was an A student all the way through school. He studied hard. He was on the volleyball team, the football team, and then when he was a junior, he got old enough. He was 16. He started working at the pizza place, as well as being on the football team and the volleyball team, and maintaining his grades. So
Well, Bud hangs out. Bud hangs out at them alligator bars. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So when he said, "Dad, would you consider, co-signing for a car?" Well, sure. You're 16. You got a average. You're going to school. You're working, and you're maintaining your grades, and as well as being on the volleyball team and the football team. He was a safety on the football team because he was so fast on his feet, and boys and kissing is gross. Well, that'll change when she's 14, Banana. Trust me.
Yep.
At 10 years old, yeah, it's gross. But once they get to be 14 or 15, it's not gross
Oh, I'm thinking
anymore.
at 12. Once they get to puberty, it's on.
Yeah.
KY, did you get the video yet up there or no? No problem? Or is it stuck?
Just a minute.
Welcome back, Angel.
Oh,
Yes. Welcome back. Keeper of the
It's not gonna
list.
work
Good to
again.
have you in, brother. Thank you and welcome in.
Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Really.
so yeah, I co-signed for my son. I said, now listen, you're going to have to have insurance, and I'll add you to my insurance because you're a minor. I can do that, but whatever the cost difference is, we'll have to see. Okay, just a minute. I'm going to forward this until we get done with the number counting. Is that all right?
Whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
Shit.
You're talking to me.
Okay, there we go.
You
All
talking
right,
to me?
no, your ugly twin sister.
One so ugly the other night.
Well, that's different. Share screen, and we want the audio.
Only Bud.
There we go.
There we go.
All right.
Turn the volume up here.
Oop, there it is.
Full screen.
This is
And
what the VA does to everybody. So this is across the country or United States, certain parts.
It's like Bud's homestead.
It is.
Central California.
Oh,
Young
wait a
naval
minute.
pilots come
It
here
is.
Where'd you get
to
that at?
learn how to drop bombs.
Okay.
first couple flights that you do, it's almost like a head explosion because there's so much going on.
You're learning a dive bombing pattern, which is what they would use in World War II and Korea.
You roll 135 degrees inverted, roll out, and start screaming towards the target.
You get wrapped up in this, oh my gosh, this thing can go so fast and is so cool to look at, but you're forgetting the reason why they were built and why they exist and why we're trained to fly them.
This is the story of a weapon of war, naval aviation.
No joke.
So whose video is
Ever
this?
since World War II, aircraft launched from the sea have played an
not mine.
outsized role in America's wars.
You are part of a lineage of
Okay,
people
pause
that
for a
have been
second.
witness to the biggest events of the 20th and now 21st century.
Whose video is this?
Not mine.
That ain't the one I sent.
Who put it up?
KY.
I did.
Whose
This is not
video
your.
is it?
We can't show this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that ain't mine.
Well, no, yeah, we can't show that on.
Why?
Yeah, that's because that would be a copyright strike.
Yes, that'd be copyright. Yeah,
That ain't the one you got off mine, is it?
Yes, that's what you sent me.
No way. I double checked it and triple checked it. I knew that wasn't. I thought it was yours. Okay.
No, Rights for Vets. It's the only thing I clicked on is Rights for Vets video. That's the video
Get my
you sent me.
glasses on. Why is this thing changing when I put it onto your?
Yeah, banana. That was a good thing I asked.
KG. Let me check it out on my. Hold on here. This is not. No, I'm not accepting this. This ain't right.
Trying to get
I
our
got-
channel taken down. It's amazing.
All right, what's the number on this thing? NYG. VQ. HEC.
All right. In the meanwhile,
Yeah, that's the right one. I don't know. One NG. That's the right one. That's the right one I sent you. Let me.
Well,
And it starts out with safety complaints against the VA Medical Center.
No, it says anything the government controls, it destroys, meaning all hospitals as well. Socialism.
Okay, and now I clicked on it this time and the right one came up.
Huh.
dang.
What happened?
Okay,
Sorry about
well
that.
I
guys.
go
don't know
back
what
and we'll start this again.
Okay, my apologies. I don't know what happened, but
Here is the world turn.
You might have had one letter different. I don't know.
I
As the world turns.
There it is. Okay, I went past you. You had a countdown from 10 to 0. I went past
Okay,
that. We don't need to
that's
show
good.
that.
No.
Full screen. Volume up.
Get ready.
there. Always know it's his by the music.
What the? Hello?
Oh,
Hello.
crap.
I roll.
I roll.
Okay, let's stop a second here. Let me see what's going on.
Boy, we are seriously having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Good thing we got it all sorted out. At least had the interview go.
Yeah,
Well, at
guarantee
least
that
we
number
thought we
went up.
did.
Wow, Buffering City.
No Anderson, just buffering.
Just buffer away, brother.
Let that line go way across. We can wait. If it doesn't. White line.
Yeah, we
There
can
you go.
wait. Let it build up some.
Let it build up some advance there.
Advance.
Yeah. Put Bud on the front end, put an alligator behind it, and it'll go real
It'll run
quick.
like hell.
Yeah, then you can
Yeah.
have that music in the background.
Can you start it from the beginning, Bud, without
Sure.
ruining the white line? Start all over again so they can see the whole thing.
Yeah, we don't need those numbers, but
No. Well, it gives me time to go take a, come back.
Well, and I always enjoy your shows too. I mean, even though this is chaotic ridiculousness, but it's
Rice
still.
had to go take a one.
No,
100.
10-100.
10-100. That's nice.
It could be a 2-100.
How about a FYI 200? I mean,
when I backed it up, we lost our advance too.
Okay. Well, hold on
That's
there.
right. That's right.
I appreciate your help, though. Thank you.
He's going to go on that Hawaiian highway. Go leaky. Go leaky.
As you can see, I worked so hard on this. It only took me 2 seconds to make it.
Jim Busbee would know that, right? That's the name of that main highway on the Big Island. It's Leaky.
I thought it was Leaky Tiki.
No, it's Leaky.
Oh, okay.
Oh, isn't that special?
That's when my cousin went on vacation there, and she wanted to find that flea market. There's a famous, really big flea market on one part of the island.
That's what I thought the name of it was. Okay.
So they pulled over at a little side market there on the side of the road, and we're trying to find the flea market, so and so flea market, and the lady said, "Go leaky, go leaky." She says, "I don't have to use the bathroom. I want to find the flea market." She go leaky. She said, "That bathroom, flea market." She go, "Dumb tourist, go leaky highway."
Go leaky.
There we go.
Stop.
Let's try that.
Okay.
What the hell?
Buffering.
Yeah.
Maybe if I get off the channel, maybe that'll help a little bit, and I'll come back. Jeez, oh man.
I've never had.
This gal here's doing the investigation. She's no better than the government.
No, this is when they were almost honest. Almost.
Yeah.
This is not up to date.
Kind of, almost.
Yeah, maybe. Could have.
Well, she's a blonde.
I'm looking at the roots; they're awful dark.
Well, she got blonde highlights in her.
Yeah, there you go.
That
I'll buy it on that, but she's not blonde.
Did you see that interview where she did with Trump? He got up and walked out on her.
Smart man. No
There
applause.
you
Just
go.
no applause. Just money, please.
That'll be $350.
Yeah.
That's $350. Pay at the
Thank you.
door
Thank
when
you,
you
KY.
leave.
Thanks, bud. Mhm. So that's what goes on with VA, what people don't know about, unless it goes outside the building. And if the news hears it, it makes news for them for ratings, then they'll say something
Well, look
about
at
us.
the
But
one that had the outbreak of Legionnaire's disease.
yeah,
You remember that?
yep,
Yep.
I sure do. I have it on tape. Yep, sure do. Dirty rottens. Yeah, and they knew about it a whole year. They didn't do nothing about it. 1 year they knew about it. Yeah, it's it. You know, just get rid of VA permanently and just go privatize. Just give us a medical card where we can go anywhere.
Yeah, there
Just
you go.
yeah,
That's the right thing to do.
yep. If they can't hire doctors in positions, military doctors, then let's get out and go to private.
You don't pass go.
350, you don't. Go on, Graham. But yeah, it's getting ridiculous now. How long has VA been in service? Does anybody know? I know it's been a while, over 70, maybe more than that, 8 years. They haven't perfected anything to help us vets. Well, there's a problem that exists. They don't fix it. They just let it go. You complain and talk to somebody, they still don't do nothing. It just isn't right. Oh well, I scared everybody. They all took off on me.
No, we're
Oh,
still
okay.
here. It's just that
Okay.
we're agreeing with you.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. As far as I can see, get rid of the VA, give everybody a medical card. The only trouble I can see with that is as crazy as our government is, they'll start giving it to everybody, and then we'll have real socialized medicine,
Mm.
and
Oh
that's
yeah.
not a good thing.
That's what they're trying for now. Universal
Yeah,
health care.
yeah,
Free.
yes,
Oh, it's free, man.
yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
yeah. Wait till
Uh,
they get the little sample
according
over.
according to Siri, the VA was founded March 15th, 1989. That can't be right.
No, that don't sound right to me.
It's if I remember right, it was 1939 or 1938. Does that sound right?
It sounds about right to me. I mean, I knew it was just before or after our war, second,
Just
World War
before,
II.
because
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That would be the First World War, 38. The after.
And it takes them that long just to get the bugs out? No, they don't want the bugs out. They just leave it as it is. They don't care.
Yeah.
You give them suggestions in a suggestion box they got with it, and they don't even pay attention to it. They throw it in the garbage. Oh, yeah, okay. Boom. That fill my garbage up.
Because my dad was getting veterans VA benefits after World War II. Like I said, he was 90%.
See, I never even asked for anything other than, to help me out, and they couldn't even do that 14 years ago. Now my right leg's half inch shorter than my left. Yeah, and I walked into VA at 2008. It just, and I've seen other veterans other than me going through hell. Seen their legs turn black. It's ridiculous. I went to a chiropractor because they didn't have a chiropractor at VA. I went to private care, all set. Went over there, got x-rays and everything else. The doctor tells me what's going on. I go in there, my 13th visit. The secretary says, Mr. Wright, says, yeah, it's just, next time you show up, that's the last time you'll get paid from VA. I said, they didn't tell me that. So he says, oh, yeah, 14 visits is all you get. I said, they didn't tell me that. Well, that's the way it is. I said, well, okay, then I'll pay out of my own money. And I started to paying out of my own money for like 6 months until my wife received cancer. Then I couldn't do that anymore. When I told my primary care physician what happened, well, yeah. I mean, well, what do you mean? Oh, yeah. I says, I have a chronic back condition because of my leg. She didn't give a shit. Didn't pay for it. Didn't say sorry. Nothing.
And it's funny because when you're active duty and you have benefits then you have chiropractor benefits. But when you retire, when you're older, when you have all your injuries and age, then you lose your chiropractic benefit. You only get 14 visits.
Jeez.
Isn't that backwards?
Yeah.
When you're young and healthy, they give you chiropractic benefits. But when you after spending 20 years in the service and you're all used up and you're injured,
but then you would need
to take them away.
You would need to use the services, which would cost you money, which is not what they want.
Well, they do have a chiropractor now. I went to VA. They finally got one in there.
Dang.
The doctor didn't even touch me. Didn't touch me at all. Didn't crack me. Didn't look at my records. Didn't look for my x-rays. Nothing. All he did was put me on the table, stretch my leg out a little bit. My left leg, because my right leg's bad. He says, okay, you're done. Coming back in another month. Oh, you dirty, rotten son of a... I never went back there.
Yeah, I had a chiropractor when my back started getting bad in 2015. And they told me, oh, you'll have 14 visits. What? Yeah, you only get 14 visits.
Yeah.
14 visits or 14 weeks? Oh, 14 weeks. Oh, okay, 14 weeks. That's different than 14 visits. Because if he wants me to go twice a week, that's 7 weeks. No, you get 14 weeks worth of visits is what he said. Okay, 14 weeks. So I can go 3 times a week for 14 weeks. Yes, okay. But they had me doing stretches and exercises, and then they put me on a TENS unit. They started out me like a 5 or 6. I said, and what are you supposed to be doing? He said, the tingle in your back. I said, I don't feel no. You don't feel a tingle at 5, no? He said, it only goes up to 10. I said, well, put it up another number till I feel something. He went to a 6. He went to a 7. He went to an 8. Then I finally felt a little. I said, is it like a little vibrating like a tingle? He said, yeah. I said, yeah, I feel that now. He says, how strong? He said, I said, just barely. He said, you just barely feel it at 8. Yeah, he said, well, I said, put it up to 9. He put it up to 9. He said, I've never had it go to 9 before. I said, well, put it up to 9. And then I could feel it working. And that's what he would tell me. Whenever I would go, he'd set it at 9. And they would do their treatment, and it would feel great. And I'd go home within 2 hours. It was right back to normal again then. So
well, I had acupunctures in my ears. Never had one before. I'm thinking they're little needles. Nah, they stick a pin in there, and you got to leave it in there for like a week before they fall off. Well, you talk about hurt. He says, come on back next month. I said, yeah, right.
Yeah, hell no.
Wow, that hurt.
Yeah, usually acupuncture is just like 20 to 40-minute period, and then they take it out.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking that they do in the Chinese, acupuncture, and
Right, right.
no, they stick a thumbnail in there in different areas, and what happens is after about a week, if they fall off, and they fall off after a week in my ear. I mean, and that was supposed
All the meeting to stick it in your ear, right?
Yeah. I'm walking around, everybody's looking at me and walking across the store. Hey, baby, come here. I'll give you a baby. Looks like I had earrings in my ears. I couldn't believe that. Yeah, but in a week though, they did fall off. I sure didn't go back though. Boy, that hurt me.
Oh well, Rice. Then you could have said, well, you could have put a red dress on with slit up the side and some heels, and you would look real well.
Thanks, Michelle. You're all right. You know that. You're all right.
Enjoy the experience, my brother.
As my wife divorced me, my dog leaves me. Yeah.
Yeah, your country music star.
Yeah.
Yeah, and put one of those cowboy hats in your hair with a big on the side with a nice little women's cut. You look just fine.
And the title of the song be "Red Dress and an Apple Tree," right?
No, I'd have to put a video up and say, "Thanks a lot, Michelle. You got me in trouble again."
Exactly. Have like a 2-foot feather hanging out of the hat.
Yeah.
Carry around a guitar.
Yeah. A guitar that don't work.
Yeah, chew it on a piece of straw, like a 2-foot piece of straw, like hanging out of your mouth. Yeah, that's right.
Yahoo! Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you talk down with an accent down there by yonder creek down there in the holler.
Exactly. Y'all come back now. Yep.
Hey, son, you would heap of trouble. You would heap of trouble, son.
You come back here now, here.
Yeah. Y'all come back now, you hear?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy over. They don't give a damn about us veterans. Nothing. They get away with it. And people are spending this money, tax money, thinking that us veterans are getting good care. You know, it's just. And I understand there's other VA places that apparently they're good. I just have never seen one. When I went to 2 VAs and they're both the same. And Ann Arbor, Michigan is supposed to be one of the best in Michigan. Man, my butt.
Well, that tells you how the others were.
Yeah.
If that's the best in Michigan, if that's the best, imagine what the worst was.
Wow.
The Water Reed's not that best either.
So let me get it straight. The best
Water
you got
Reed's
to
not
offer. The best you got to offer comes out of your ass.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn.
Yeah. It says VA got me. Yeah.
VA got me. Before the age of reason.
Yeah, they got you all right. Line, sinking, line, hook, and sinker.
There it is.
They sure did. They sure
Hook, line, and sinker.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah. Doggone them people. All that
Water Reed's no better. Water Reed used to be the best, but Water Reed turned into be what I hear from a shithole.
There doesn't seem to be any oversight whatsoever for the VA hospitals. I think there needs to be. Because, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. If one is good, then all of them should be good. After all, they follow the same model.
Huh. Yeah.
Well, it amazes
only
me.
Only in their brains.
The only thing amazes me is you see Robert Wilkie, the head administrator at the time when Trump was in, and he goes to RVA. I didn't know about him. Missed by 2 days, and all these big high henchels that run the place are right behind him. You know, catered to him.
Oh.
Picking out their favorite veterans. Oh, you tell them how good it is. Yeah, right.
That's all they want to do is like a politician wants you to talk good about them, but they don't want to hear the negative.
No.
Yeah.
They don't have time for the negative.
That's why they violate your rights on First Amendment when you go up and speak at a city council meeting. That either if you're not kissing their butts, then you turn around and you're either kicked out of the meeting or you're arrested, like here where I live at.
Well, you know what? It's pretty bad when Wounded Warriors and Tunnel 2 Towers are over there trying to help the veterans for homes and everything else. I mean, where's the veterans at? Where's VFW? Where's American Legions at? I mean, I do know they help some people up. I mean, why don't they get a kitty, put it in money in a kitty, build it up, and then go after these suckers? Get some lawyers. I would definitely join the American Legions if they did that. Get some lawyers and go after the government on this. Change the rules, laws. Get Congress to change it, but they won't.
It's up to the individual to change it with Congress.
Yeah.
Not a group. Sad but true.
Yeah, I know. You're right. It makes me, if Americans really knew how much money they're spending for nothing, they would know. Well, they'll know eventually if they get universal care. They'll get it.
Yeah, they'll find out. They'll have a rude awakening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to be really surprised. They find out they don't get care. And they're going to, what? What happened to our free stuff? You got it.
Yeah, but we'll be dead and gone by then.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
No.
It could be coming faster than people realize.
And as mean as I am, shoot, I might live another lifetime. Who knows?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Well, guys, we can't give up. We got to keep fighting them. We got to fight our government. Our government's just getting out of hand. It's we got to do something. They're not only taking our rights, they're taking our vote. They're doing everything to us.
Yeah.
It's really getting bad.
Well,
My dad would not have stood for this.
Nope.
He'd have been up there fighting somebody. He'd have been in jail. I know he would have.
Yep. I think mine would too.
People are too scared of the government. That's what it is. Oh, I'm going to go to jail. Well, you're going to be going to jail anyway eventually. If not now, later.
I ain't scared of the government.
LT, welcome to the chat. Thank you for coming.
How you doing, LT?
LT, the OG man.
LT, where's LT at? I don't see.
I told you I got the official approval to use that medicine again.
Oh, you got it? Yeah.
No, because my legs have got rid of the infection and the open wounds with the infection. Now I can use the stuff that clears up the other stuff, which is what LT gave me.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
So
you the man, LT.
The only problem is the infection's not going away because I don't have my insulin. But the lady got the app. The good news is the lady got the app. I got normally they don't do this, but I got a patient advocate that actually helped me. And she took the photos today from my bank deposit and submitted it. So she says it looks good. So I'm happy. I should be able to get my Medi-Cal approved and then get my insulin and heart medicine. I don't have my heart medicine.
LT man, the G man, the undercover G man.
Undercover. No, he's Letterman.
No, he's under the covers.
Yeah,
he's
but LT, they're letters, and then he's a man. Letterman, get it?
Yeah, I know, but he's undercover.
It's even
under the covers. Get it?
No, he's married, so it's no, he's not. He can't be.
He still can be under the covers. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. True.
It doesn't matter.
I know, but under your covers, though,
he's probably going to get.
Can you explain why it's your covers he's under?
It's not mine. It's his wife.
I thought you were saying he was under your cover. I'm sorry.
Heck no! I don't want to come after me.
Lost. Jesus. It's like I was confused there for a minute.
Yeah, you're really confused. What have you been drinking today?
Nothing. That's it.
Too much coffee or caffeine or?
Man, people keep telling me to drink coffee, but I do not think coffee is good. I mean, usually it leads to sugar and milk.
All
Nope.
right. What you been putting in your water?
A little milk is not bad for you. Little
Little.
2% milk.
The hell you little. Dude, I like to go get that. What is that stuff you put in coffee mate?
Oh,
And
that's not milk.
no, wait, it gets better. I know it's better, but I usually only get about maybe 2 cups out of that. No, I'm just kidding.
That's the problem right there.
That's why I avoid coffee. I only actually drink maybe a tablespoon of coffee. The rest is all milk, sugar, and
Yeah.
dairy products. I mean, you know how it is. My parents, on the other hand, used to drink that stuff straight. Literally just drink it straight. Holy mother of God. How do you drink coffee straight? You ever done that? It's just like,
Black.
wow.
I like it black.
I like it black.
Yeah.
Like my
Like-
women.
Yes. Hot and black.
Well, you know what the Navy calls coffee and the Coast Guard calls coffee, don't you? Mud.
But yeah.
Well, anyway, so the legs, at least on the outside with the blisters and shit, are going away. The swelling because of the infection has not gone away. But it will. And if this lady is right, I should have my Medi-Cal and my medicine within a week. Yeah. I'm just saying. One must enjoy one's successes with his friends. I could feel the overwhelming love coming from the panel. Can you guys have that? It's shining. It's shining, brother.
Yes, and especially from your pet alligator that you're going to have chasing your ass all around the block.
Dude, I'm not getting no pet alligator. You guys see, look, they did that once. They really did. They really, really did. They were ordering alligators from fucking Florida, the little baby ones. They thought it was so cute.
I didn't.
You did? Do you, really?
No, I'm talking to my son.
Oh, I never actually met a fool that did it. I've heard about people and read the articles and saw the news and get a fucking alligator, and then all of a sudden the little shit gets about, I don't know, maybe 1.5 feet, and already it's starting to eat parts of your kid's body away. Hands, arms, legs, feet. Turns out not to be such a good idea. Or the best part is they allowed them to mail it to them. Now, this is back before the age of reasoning. But your kid could actually go on and order the shit with and kids were ordering these alligators, and the parents would get pissed and flush them down the toilet.
Thank you, LT.
Now, the rumors about the entire gangs of alligators roaming underneath the New York sewers is complete full of shit. But there were alligators down in the sewer. It's just there wasn't like... I'm not going to make that comment. I'll get in trouble. It's almost like comparison with...
They had videos of some of them. They
Right.
proved there were a couple.
There were, yes, but it's like the virus. I mean, I didn't say that.
Thanks, Bell.
They did.
The dog virus?
Yeah, they did exist. It's just there wasn't 700 million of them down there, and they weren't communicating amongst each other. Like, was another great rumor. I'm all like, wow, here's my point. If you guys sit around and come up with rumors like there's entire armies of alligators below you that are talking amongst each other to eat you up, why the fuck are you still living there? That's the first question that comes to my mind. Hell, shit, I'm already in the car leaving.
No, bud, you have your pet alligator in there protecting you.
Ain't no pet alligator, dude. I'm already... you have any idea why I'm 90 years old? Because I don't stick around to see shit. You see cars on fire on the side of the road and jackasses slowing down to take a look. That's death right there, man. The creepers around there. Get the fuck out of there. You don't need to be there. I don't hold shit up. Matter of fact, I'll run over someone that's in my way to get out of it. I don't want to be around this. I don't want to see this. I don't care for it. I don't really, I'm not looking Lou. And then, true story, I'm not kidding. I was staying at my friend's house, And it was him and his mother and shit. We were all like hanging out, and we're going down. And we became really good friends, all of us. And we're driving down the road. We come up to this corner, and there's a 7-Eleven there, and there's a gas station across the street, and then there's like a U-Haul rent place. Anyway, they had a fence around a little brick wall, like you normally see these idiots. It's about up to your kneecap, so you can completely trip over it and break your fucking neck. They had one of those things lined all the way around 7-Eleven. When all of a sudden, we drive up to the intersection. There's cops kneeling down with their guns drawn, pointing at the door. And there's this maniac coming out the door with the gun, pointed at the head of one of the cashiers. The idiot that's driving the car at the time, which was my friend's mother, and we were friends, and decides to slow down to a crawl. Well, you know what, guys? That's not the way I roll. So I reached over and slammed the accelerator. Of course, almost caused a major incident in the freeway, but the point is, I don't stay around. Bullets they don't care where they go.
They don't have a direction finder on them.
Right. Do not hit this poor fuck sitting in the middle of the road looking at you. I don't do that shit. I know, but now that I've completely gone crazy, I'm thinking that would be kind of cool to be like one of those, not for a 1A auditor, but the stringers. Those crazy, like ICE had done. He actually, that wasn't an audit. That was more like a stringer. He followed the ambulance. In this case, he followed the maniac in the truck. But the stringers were all right there near him. And go to police, enough of the cops. Do the fire trucks. I'm just saying. But then you're going to get shot anyway. We like our go feed the homeless thing better than that anyway.
I had one, but it's all right.
And we have fun too, by the way, guys. We get to avoid the cops. I love being a fugitive when I'm out there giving out food. It makes me feel so James Bond type. I are like one of the Robin fucking Hood. Right there it is. Right. Shut up. More. Right. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Right. I'm more like the Hobbit.
Hold on. Come on. Sorry. Oh, I'm all right.
Well, we are. We almost had to do that whole thing with the ninja feeding, where constantly have to drive up real quick, get out, feed them, get back in the truck, and get away before the cops see us. But in lieu of that, I am actually working at going out here soon, so keep your eye. And then we got some really exciting things we want to do. Really want to do. It depends on my health, which is we'll see how that goes. Exactly. Drive-by feeding, exactly. Well, they do that in Skid Row. There's a road that everyone goes down at a certain time during the day. Usually what it was they get off work and they'd come down with a bag of food. They go through drive-through, get some extra food, and then they come down, they drive down this road, and then all the homeless started to line up along the road at that certain time.
Yep.
Right, and they would just start handing out the food. That did not go over too well. Police want it stopped. I'm still not understanding why, but probably because it's illegal to be homeless, and feeding the homeless is illegal because it's illegal to be homeless. But what California is having problems, well, I'm glad they're having problems, is they had that Good Samaritan Law, which means if you come upon someone that needs help, you won't be held liable to insurance company. That was for doctors to be able to, physically help somebody who's laying on the road without
getting sued. Yeah,
without getting sued or shit, because it's a Good Samaritan.
Well, he treated me, and now I've got an injury, and no, he helped you. You were about to die, and he saved your life.
And there's no law that makes you. All right, we all remember the case of the guy in California that sat in his chair and watched the 7-year-old drowned in the pool. There is no law that says that man has to jump in and save that kid. Not legally. Morally, it's just reprehensible that he did not do it, but you got to keep into effect a few things. One, the person may not be able to swim, and it would do no good for them to risk their lives, which you do not have to do legally. Second, he could be a vet or something that has a trauma about water. My mother couldn't go near water. Or third, he's just a complete and utter douche and does not want to get involved. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do as a society. You cannot go after him for not doing that. Sad, isn't it? But that's the way it works. And there was a reason I was telling you that. But every time I think of that story, I'm just horrified that somebody could literally just sit there and watch a child die. Is just
This is probably
wow.
going in the garbage.
I don't know what level of complete utter
know we have
douche
more.
you are, but that's right up there with the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. But that's the kind of guy you want to go over and say hi. And the reason being is because seriously, people, I have read a lot about douchebags in my life, but whenever I get the supreme chance of meeting one that is a complete and utter there's no debate. This guy is a flat douche. I want to meet him so I can say, yeah, you're right up there with a complete douchebag because you got to meet him to understand the full gravity of it. Like,
is your
for
name
example,
Brandon?
you remember I actually put in 7 requests to go see Charlie Manson. They were all turned down, but I could you imagine, seriously, guys, actually meeting this guy? And that's the closest to what devil you could possibly ever get to. I mean,
Just
seriously.
about.
You've talked about a lot of shit and the things they've heard and all this crap, but to literally go up and meet one of these guys is like, what the fuck? Because I could never imagine how evil you are till I've actually met you. So I'm a type of looky guy, so I do a lot of shit that's crazy so I can well, like for example, you all heard how bad it is to be a Aryan, right? I mean, a racist white supremacist is a really bad person. So then you have to ask yourself, how did this person, other than maybe some bad event, and that doesn't explain to you your children, why do your children act the same way? So I actually became friends with the guy whose father was in the Klan in Australia. And it didn't take long before the man realized there was a problem. And the last day I was there, he looked at me and said, okay, I don't know what your fucking game is. He says, I have found nothing that you've done to hurt my son. So I'm just going to let you know, I want you to stay the fuck away from me and my kid because you apparently are not for what we're doing. Because it's hard not to make expressions when they use. But that's what they did. They conditioned your kid to hate minorities by making everything they do. If they trip, oh, you're trying to be a blah, blah. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And it's hard not to cringe when they do that shit. So. But like I said, doing that shit opens you up to a lot of problems. I created an international incident in Australia due to that shit. Yay. I'm proud of that.
You kind of do it right now in the United States, bud. What you talking about?
Well, but Michelle, how many people you know created an international incident? Go on, tell me on your hand. How many can you count? You can now put a 1. You know me. Now, mind you, it's biting me in the ass right now because
I'm just teasing you, bud.
I want to go to Australia, but they won't let me in. They will not approve me in. What's really upsetting is it was when I was 16. So how are you going to hold that against me? I'm just saying,
I'm just teasing you, bud. That's all.
Oh, I know. I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying that.
I gotta pull your chain.
There you go. I still want to go to Australia, guys. It really is a great place to go, or it was. It was fun when we were there. Of course, other than that little incident, everything was perfect. I lived in England too. Dude, I actually am, you gotta love this. I'm actually banned from the, the Wax Museum, the famous Wax Museum in London. I'm banned from there for life.
What did you do there?
They had just got the Princess Anne for the wedding, right? Princess Diana. And they had her set up on there for the wedding, right? Well, she had her hand up in the air, like giving I don't know, a genuflect or whatever the fuck. I stuck a cigarette in there, right? And ducked down and got a snapshot of me, right? A picture because, back-day selfie type thing. If I would have had a cell phone, we wouldn't have been in that mess. But after he took the photo, they came running out, and man, they were pissed. There's just no words to describe how offended they got that I did that. I mean, I almost felt bad, but I'm like, it's a wax figure, brother.
It's a picture. She didn't feel a thing.
No, and I know it's a wax photo. It's not even real. You wear that cross. You're not supposed to worship statues and idols, right? I mean, anyway, that didn't matter. They threw me out. Luckily, I had actually gone through the museum before they threw me out, so I got to see some of the most incredible wax figures ever in the entire world.
Yeah, baby, the queen didn't come and get you with her guards.
No, dude, they were really offended, and okay, fine. And again, dumb American. It's we find it hilarious, the whole queen thing, which it is, but they don't. So when you go there, you're insulting them, their way of life. It's more than just laughing. You just don't do it. It's disrespectful, actually. Which is okay. Like I said, I'm 16 years old. I'm in England. I'm God. I mean, I'm an American. We can do whatever that we want. I mean, that was just about the way it was. Whether it was Australia, whether it was England, whether it was Germany, shit. We get away.
I'm an entitled white boy.
We are. Well, no, we're entitled Americans. Had nothing to do with being white, brother. Had to do with you an American. If you were an American, you were entitled, because everyone kept going, yeah, I know you have the greatest country. Really? It's a little bit scary, and then we take advantage of it. And that's just the way it is.
That man that watched that boy drown, he could have had aquaphobia too.
He got, what, KY, there could be a multitude of reasons. But it's still, to most people, why didn't he just get a stick? Why didn't he just use the cleaner and reach it out so the kid could grab it? Where's the kid's parents? Why? There's a lot of things, but me, I would have to do something, even if I had to risk my life. I will not sit by and watch a child drown. I won't do it. But like I said, all right, here's another question then. In PV in 1994, I think you can look this up, 5, a guy was coming down from Malga Cove, which is a side street off of Hawthorne coming off of RPV. Only one way down. Well, there's two actually, but so this little side street leads to very rich houses. Well, they tend to come flying out of that area and whip into the road to beat the traffic coming down the hill. Now, there's a light, though. This guy comes flying down that road and has to stop because the light went red, and his baby carriage, and I was driving a motorcycle at the time, so I had to go. I had to literally brake and ride in front of people to get them to slow down because it was a little baby in the baby carriage that went flying off the top of the car. Apparently, this idiot had taken the kid out to go to work, sat the kid on the top of the car, put his coffee in the car, got messed up with what he was doing, and somehow forgot the kid. So the reason I got that touch, not only was I there, but it started this big debate where the mother wanted to remove his parental rights so they could no longer see the child or anything. So is that an agreeable thing? Because that is pretty stupid, dude.
That's pretty heinous to leave your kid on top of the car.
On top of a car, man. That's just wow. But never ever see his kid till they're 18 again? Because we don't even know why he was that stressed.
Probably because of his wife.
Yeah, definitely didn't get any better. Nah, that was like insane.
Or was he on drugs? We don't. There's a lot of backstory.
No.
We don't know.
Yeah, and I don't remember the whole. All I know is that my lawyer, one of the lawyers that I was going to school with, actually handled that case. That's why I get to hear more about it. Yeah, they had to get a family law lawyer in there. They had to get attorneys involved, criminal defense lawyers. She tried to press charges saying he had purposely done that to kill his kid. It was insane. I'm like, oh, shit. And they actually tried to pull it off by saying that it doesn't matter if he forgot the kid or not. That's intentional. He took the kid with him. He knew he had to put the kid in the car, and yet he left it on top. They just tried, really. They were going to try to put him away for life. His wife was pissed. I am now drinking an energy drink. Probably the worst decision.
Yep.
But it's a Rockstar. You know, I'll tell you what the difference is. When you go down and feed the homeless or anything, or you get a chance to get around a group of people that are high on speed, and I wouldn't recommend it, but fuck it. Go up and ask them what their favorite energy drink is, because you got to understand these whack jobs are already so strung out. I can't even imagine anything affecting them. But the number one energy drink was the Red Bull, isn't it? Not for this. For both the military and a speed freak, is Rockstar. I would have thought it would have been Monster because of the 666 on the cover. I mean, doesn't it make sense? Think about it. You're going out to war, kill people. Here you are drinking 666. Badass.
I've never had one. Not a single energy drink ever.
Ah, Grasshopper. That you think you were smiling with those cookies, brother? Holy
That's
mother.
not an energy drink.
No, I'm saying you think you were smiling with that shit. Try an energy drink. I was at work one night, and you know those 5-hour energy? Dude, this shit's great. I'm not kidding you. It's called
the 5-hour energy. Yeah.
Right, but they call this the Tornado Chaser. What you do is you get one of those monster bigs, right? And you dump a 5-hour energy into the monster big. Then you pound drive that thing. That will juice you up. Well, this idiot, right, never had an energy drink in his entire life. He took not only a Rockstar, but he took a 5-hour energy, and he drank half the energy drink, then poured the other one into that, and then drank that. Never having an energy, but dude, it was hilarious. This guy was everywhere. It was just like he couldn't sit down. He was constantly moving, peeing like a racehorse.
Someone has their YouTube open because I'm getting an echo.
Let's see.
It's not me.
Hold on.
It's Rights.
It was right.
Unbelievable.
Told you it wasn't me.
Yeah, it was right.
You're right. I'm sorry. I tried to give Rights the benefit of the doubt after, because I don't want to have him feel that we're bullied him for trying to strike our channel or anything. So I'm trying to, be nice, so he doesn't feel bad. Right, Rice? I mean, Rights.
No, it ain't me. It's somebody else. Listen.
Ah, damn it. Wasted all my time blaming you.
I'll put mine on mute.
All right. It's you. I told you it was you. I knew it. Did I not say it was Michelle at first? I did. I said it was Michelle.
Bull crap.
Honk.
Bull crap. I'm just chewing my Starburst. That's all my TV. I don't even have my TV on.
Yeah, but I could hear the wrappers as you was taking it out of the wrapper.
Right now, I'm just sucking on them.
I'm not even going to comment on that.
That's the first time I've been innocent.
All right. Rights for vets. The innocent one.
Yeah, first time.
Of course, we can just all blame Graham. Yeah, and it does give you wings, dude, but I swear to God, dude, crackheads won't drink it. I don't know why. I mean, I've seen a few of them, these speed freaks down there, and they had a Red Bull on them. That's only because, but they prefer Rockstar for some reason, because I guess they think they're partying like a Rockstar.
Hey, bud.
But don't die.
But
Yes.
I'm curious.
And then gave her a cigarette. Hey, was it good for you?
Was it good for you?
Hey, I'm curious. This Bell down here. Who's he?
He's a rogue mod hacker.
Yeah.
Real dangerous dude. I mean, if you go ask 301
How come-
block, I mean, they'll tell you.
Bell is our perpetual mod. He is one of the best out there. He's Canadian. We let that slide.
We let that slide, dude.
But he is a perpetual mod. He's
he
modded
doesn't
all
talk.
over. He is
He doesn't
very
talk
good.
too much.
He's
I
on the
know.
sliding
He's
scale.
busy watching the chat,
Yeah,
monitoring the chat.
see,
He's not supposed to talk.
Oh, he can, but he's too busy enforcing.
His
Trust
wife
me.
didn't tell him he could.
What's he
Yeah.
enforcing?
Bell's on
Hello,
the
Jim.
sliding scale. He's on the
There he
sliding
goes.
scale.
Sliding
heard him.
scale, there it is.
Bell, thanks for posting.
No problem. Anytime. That's what I do.
Appreciate it.
Bell's the one who puts all the links. If you notice the links out there, those are done by Bell. He's our link mod too. If someone mentions your name, Jim Busbee's link is out there. You'll see Bell admin.
Yeah.
Or mine.
Yes. That's
or
whoever.
When I seen it, I thanked him for it.
Well,
I don't know if you heard me.
Well, see,
Yes,
Jim,
I heard
that's the
You'll
way
get the
this
bill.
is set up. Me and KY are the figureheads.
And I'm the bus driver. I send that bus over Bud's ass all the time.
KY
You
is
mean
the
the
bus driver.
mouthpieces.
Right, and then Graham, which by the way, I'm just letting you know, the S stands for
Where's
Shady.
Graham at?
He's out there. It's S Graham, Shady Graham.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
seen that.
I'm serious, dude. He's
Shady
everywhere.
Graham.
He's everywhere. It's in the shadows, comes out at you. You might even be here up on panel. We don't know.
Only
And
the
then-
shadow knows.
Right, and then we have
In other words, he's a floater.
Yes, and then we have oh god, El Mongus, and then we have Stevie Mao, and then they're all out there. They're enforcers as well. Me and KY got to be the diplomats, brother. We can't get no drama. That's why there absolutely is no drama on this channel, and to ensure that there's Bell Admin and S Graham but that's not all they do. Behind the scenes, we organize all the feedings and do all the, everything behind the scenes. So they all help out everyone. Like right now, Graham and Bell are going to be doing all the editing for us. Hopefully that will work out really nice. I'm really excited about that.
And they also bring people up and down too when the figureheads are gone or away from the mic.
All I want to know is one thing, Buzzard. Did Bell give you an application for a charge card so you have to pay when you get done? He did me.
You weren't supposed to bring that up. I told you I'd handle that.
That was supposed to been confidential.
Right. We didn't charge the Busbee. We figured it would be to honor him. Well, and I know you're a vet and all, but I have nothing to say on this.
You gotta just shut up where you're at.
Dig myself a bigger hole. No, but I'm very. We're not. See, that's the reason our channel is gonna survive. I mean, we're little, but we are.
Did you happen to see the analytics on YouTube?
We actually did good.
25 and 0 today.
Right.
25 up, no down.
Yes, and thank you. That was being monitored both by Bell and Graham, which they do that as well.
But we had those idiots coming in yesterday hitting down arrow, and it was someone in particular must have had a multitude of stock accounts and was hitting the down arrow down because we've never had 22 down arrows on a
no, our panel's never been that way. We're not a drama. This is the reason we're starting slow, which is fair enough, guys. Me and KY had some issues and we were able to do things, so we dropped the ball for a little while, but now we're back in here, and I believe if we stick with what we're doing, we'll take the people that come in our rooms are better than just trying to get anyone to sign up, because everyone that comes in now, at least in the 274 so far that we got, they're all good people. They all came here to support us.
Good.
So what I decided to do, rather than trying to hit up all these big channels, which by the way won't talk to me really because they're a safety thing, and it makes all kind of sense because of where I am in this community. I will not drag that nonsense over to them. So before they'll even, start suggesting that their members, which are in the hundreds of thousands, go to see you, they want to get to know you. And that's going to take a while. So in the meanwhile, I've been going and looking for any. Well, we've got some other things we have in the background that we can't just bring up, but
Yeah,
we
in the work. In the work.
yeah, it's in the work. So we're excited because we want to actually, and we're getting ready to do another feeding, guys. Again, the holdup on the feedings comes from the fact that Bud Grower was very sick. KY's wife was at it. I'm not. This isn't an excuse. It's reality. I don't know how to tell you guys, but without a car, and with my not being able to walk, I'm still going out. I have found someone to drive us, and we are going to go and hook up with Tommy Wood and probably ice cold audits and my brother Graham, and we're going to go out and do this feeding. And we're going to, you know, now I love to say that we would do one of the things that sparked this entire food thing, which was our haunting. We had a lot of fun doing that, but I can't walk. I have no ability to walk, and I'm not talking for Graham. I'm just saying my brother Graham has say. I mean, I bitch, but his situation is actually worse when it comes to walking. So it's just not in the cards right now to do the haunting. That doesn't mean that they can't go out and do it on their own. It's just that I have to use every bit of strength I have to go out and do the feeding of the homeless, which is what I really want to do. And not just the homeless guys, it's the vets again. We have run into, and I'm going to let you know the story so everyone knows. We were working with a gentleman named Rodney. You can see him in the videos. Rodney has had a epiphany that he needs to write a book, a spiritual book to help his brothers reach out of there. I support him and love him for his service. He's working on that right now, so I've had to go to his associate, Evan, to find these camps that have been broken up by Oceanside. And right now, we are actually in contact with Evan and trying to work out because there was 6 people that needed medical attention. I don't know if you remember, I said Shannon was going to go out with us, but we need to reestablish that stuff. And one of the hardest things we're having right now is it's in Oceanside. I have no way to get there. And since we don't frivolously use the money that we have for V for Vets as for just any old whim, which, we really want everything, every penny that we can get to go to the vets, period. And going to the vets does not mean eating food for ourselves, putting gas in our car, but shit happens where there's no way around it. I don't, like I said, so I'm trying to find someone to drive me, and I think we may have found someone that will take me out there so we don't have to worry about using Uber, or which I couldn't afford. So, and like I said, we have money for all this, but no, we need to get our LLC. We need to feed the vets. We're not happy. We got a good portion of what it's going to cost to start the LLC from the gracious donations of Stephen Musial and Brian Sessions from NNE. And we are in the midst of starting that right now. We have a lot of work to do on that. We have a lot, but we can't do anything right now, including that. We are stopping the donations right now, unless you understand fully that you can make a donation to V for Vets through, and this is a one-time thing, and because next to God, I trust this person more, KY Packer. But as of right now, they closed down the pay pools. We have no way of taking money and figuring out how we're going to be completely 100% accountable or transparent. So what we're figuring is we'll get the LLC, and then we will open up, KY will open up a business account. Now, a business account, of course, is when you have an LLC, you have to have one
What's it cost to open an LLC?
In California, there's
$99
to start. But at the end of the at $99 to start.
Just to file. Just
in
to
10
file.
months, right, just to file. But and then there's like a $600 fee or something at the end of the year. Fine. Now, I'll put the shit under my name, and if they want to play dumpy with me and I can't get it and they want to come after, they won't be able to come after me, brother. I get disability, and you cannot take disability away from a person.
You cannot.
So I'll take the credit whack. But the deal is, if we could get all the money up front, that would be great, Jim. But right now, all we really need to do is get the LLC going, which we're working on, so we can.
Stuff. Let's put it here somewhere.
Now I can tell you all about what it is because I'm hiring a place recommended by Stephen Musial. So it is a legit place, and they will tell us exactly what's going to happen and what we need to do. But the important thing is, I think they can also.
But I ran out of water.
We're going to set it up and get the business. That will allow anyone donating the ability to write it off on your taxes. It will also allow us to
Okay,
get
you can fill that for
donations
me.
from bigger companies. But the bottom line,
I'll
though,
see if I
is
can read this meanwhile.
it is the first step to legally notifying the IRS of the $10,000 magic limit. Because you all know what that is. The minute you reach $10,000, the IRS demands its taxes on the spot. So usually what you have to do is set up a
Well,
business.
quarterly. You have to set up quarterly payments.
Right. And the bank holds that money so that at the end of the year, when the taxes come, the IRS gets it from the bank. They don't even go to you. No, if they end up coming to you, it's not going to be pretty. It's just not. It's just, so all these things have to be taken into consideration. And we've had a few setbacks, but then again, guys, remember me, S. Graham, and all of us, Bell, we are, a lot of us are disabled. A lot of us are completely fucking broke, don't have cars. KY is the only possible one. And I'm not speaking for all of them. Stevie's doing okay. Oh, Manga seems to be doing all right. For the majority of me and Graham and stuff, we're disabled. We don't have a lot of money. And yet here we are. I keep telling people, oh, you only got this amount of people coming to your room. That's fine by me. We have helped more vets than, and it's a joke, people. If the five of us don't have a lot of money, we just work together and we do what we've done, feed over hundreds of homeless people, along with giving out hundreds of kits, hundreds of we passed out we passed out
right here.
blankets,
One squeeze per 8
hygiene
ounces.
packs. We've done a lot. And with all that, that's just us. So I'm just saying,
That's a little strong.
everybody, if everybody just did that, everybody in every block in every city, just 4 or 5 people come together and do a little fundraiser thing and feed their homeless people. Oh shit. We may also help them enough to where other people see. This is the way this stuff works, though. If you get everyone really involved in it, America's great for this. It's always has been. This is a little game they play with Pearl Harbor and all that shit. In order to get us to come together, and once we do, we are unstoppable. So once you get that attitude that the homeless aren't sick, disgusting waste of life, taking up your money and space, once we get it to where everyone commonly agrees that shit, this needs to end.
They need to be helped.
It will end. We will find a solution. It will end. Enough people will work together and it will end. That's the way it works. That's the way it always works. And we're not doing that. And that's what we're not doing with the vets. You people, I love the fact that the virtual signaling, when you take the flag out, you put the sticker on the car, you run around with your fucking go America shit. And then the minute the fucking war is over, and this is not the first time. So this ain't like a conspiracy. This is every fucking time. When you are a family member of the military, you work with the military, you hear this all the time.
Yeah.
When you're not, you have no idea what they do to these people, and it's just fucking nonsensical. It's like it's a joke. So yeah, I get fucking pissed. I tell Facebook and get banned. Fuck this, putting your flag up in your yard, you assholes. You ain't gonna do anything. This is virtual signaling. You know, it's almost like false pride, man. Stop trying to get people to think you give a fuck with your virtual signaling. Stop it. Just don't do it. Be honest about it. I mean, seriously, you don't give a fuck. If you gave a shit, then you could never walk by a homeless vet ever. Not one single homeless vet, because you'd be saying to yourself, wow, we really didn't support these people, did we? We're not there, are we? But don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. The U.S. military are douchebags too, because they used to like to run around going, no troop left behind. So I want their definition, because a vet eating out of a trash can is pretty well left behind. In my opinion, just pretty well left behind. When you have closed down bases that you can open that have every facility already built.
Yes.
All
yes. Castle Air Force Base out here is it's just going to pot. I mean, it's just getting ruined, and they're not doing nothing with the. They could have homeless out there.
That's an alert of some kind.
What is that? Where the hell is that coming from? Where's that nonsense coming from? Hold on.
Sounds like yours.
Come on, give it to me.
That's what she said.
Must be his pacemaker.
Oh, it's this one.
Right. Go ahead and mute.
For an Amber Alert.
An Amber Alert on a phone that doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's not hooked. Oh my god. My
What
phone.
do you mean it doesn't work?
It doesn't. I took the chip out and put it in a new phone. You can't make calls on that phone, but yet somehow it can set off an Amber Alert. I mean, in other words, they can still contact your phone whether it's turned off or not. They don't give. There's no reason.
And listen. And with the last updates, they forced all the phone makers to update their software. Your phone can still be tracked once you turn it off.
Yeah, I heard that. You have to physically take out the
battery
from the phone in order for them not to track you.
Right.
That was the latest update. Yeah, I heard about that. Yay! I'm just saying, yay! Anyway, so that's the problem I'm having with the homeless situation. It's just an attitude, people. It's a complete attitude because that's the game we're being played right now. I'm not kidding you. It's called the Boo Syndrome. My old man used to talk about this shit a lot, dude. And he was like one of the highest clearances in our country. He was in charge of the crypto, and you know what that is, KY. My old man was in charge of that crypto division. Yeah. So all this nonsense, it's just what it is. He told me it's all fake. But you guys can see this. You can see this. You can because you're living in it. This is YouTube. If you want to see how society runs, just look at what you're living in. All the drama, all the fake shit. And then you got people running around yelling fake news that are causing the fake news. I mean, it's just a game. It's just a game to get you pissed. It's a game to keep us separated. Because an old adage was like this. If you're in a house and there's 100 people in the room and 2 of them are actually hoarding everything in the room, what do you think's going to happen? The other 98 are going to kick your ass. It's just not going to happen. But if you can convince them to go against each other, and how you do that? With fear. I mean, let's look at history. Just look at history. Look at England. I used to talk about this until I was blue in the face. When we got there, they were so afraid. They were terrified of the IRA. The IRA only set off I think it was 2 bombs. That was it. And they had no intention to do any more, but those 2 did it. England turned into a nightmare. You couldn't you couldn't walk into stores with other stores' packages. You couldn't set them down. You couldn't do anything. And I used to tell my parents, wow, I'm so happy America is living in this is what we're doing. My father said that's what they want. They want to keep the fear going. 911, you had that retard coming up with the Crayola Crayon-box shit. Are you serious? Do you know why that is, though? I'm not trying to be stupid, but do you know why they use the Crayola crayon colors to alert? Because they wanted your kids afraid. That's why they did that. They hit your basic child knows what those colors are. And they told them they mean bad. So every time your kid came out, you didn't have to say, oh, it's really bad. It's scary. They're going to blow us up. All they had to do is hear this fucking idiot go, it's an orange day today. Well, look at the worst color that was out there. It was an orange alert. Now, what did they call Trump when he got into office?
Orange glass.
Orange man. We were conditioned to think of orange as bad before he went into office. Now, right, wrong, or indifferent, I'm going to tell you, if Trump was physically Satan, I'd still say the same things. Unfortunately, he got in there, but that doesn't mean we have to destroy our civil rights in order to stop someone like him. I'm sorry. You need to wake up. He got in office. Get over your fucking selves. Look at history and what these presidents have done to us. I mean, for the love of God, Nixon tried to erase shit because he of the illegal stuff that they were doing in the background. People don't look at it that way. They look at it like, oh, well, he was trying to record. Well, think about it. That means they've been doing this shit all along. All the stuff you said is a conspiracy. This guy just did it right in front of your face, and no one's going, what the fuck? Every time something happens, it's a conspiracy theory. Every fucking time, doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter how fucking ludicrous it is, it's a conspiracy theory. And that was brought to you by the loving hands of the CIA. They learned that shit off of Hanoi Jane. They came up with a word that would literally make you feel like a fucking idiot for telling the truth because they had to deal with that nonsensical magic bullet crap that was going on with Kennedy. They could not make that go away. So they started calling everyone that was talking about it conspiracy theorist. And then somehow that made it, you're an idiot. So then it didn't matter. People from one side of the state heard that that's the term used for an idiot. And then every time they would try to tell them something's going on, somebody yells, oh, conspiracy nut. You're an idiot. That's how it works, guys. My father worked it his whole life. It's not about killing people or shit or big guns. It's all about misinformation. And if you think they don't know how to do it, they've been doing it since Vietnam. They got their asses handed to them by Hanoi Jane. That was it. My father said they recruited and formed the CIA over that nonsense. And that's what your government does. Misinformation. Red flags. They found out they couldn't get you to do anything before. Americans are stubborn. We're just absolutely ridiculous until we get going. Once the fire's under our ass, we're non-stoppable. Welcome to this is the games they play. This is what they're, and now you have a new organization, which my father was going to be in charge of, which was Homeland Security. But even he told me it's so unconstitutional, it's not even funny. And my old man was going to be in charge of it. But Congress said no. Senate said no. You're not doing that. So then 911 happened, and all of a sudden, we're doing that. And now they have a right to track you and do anything. And now it's becoming a my feelings society. When you get rid of something, it's my feelings rather than the law. You know, people are starting to argue what freedom of speech means. We're not talking about freedom of speech in here. We're talking about freedom of speech out in public. They are now coming up with the boogeyman theories, just like see, guys, on the internet, you have your keyboard warriors. They're just the badass crew of ever. They are thunder gods, but show them in real life, and they're whimpering little bitches. Now they want to bring all these laws from the internet into reality, which, sorry, I'm so sorry, but sticks and stones will break my bones and names will never hurt me. Stop it. You got bullies in school. There are already laws. There are already procedures to follow. We don't need to go ape shit and start removing our rights. It's like when they wanted to legalize marijuana. These jerk-offs running around going, they got to make all these new laws. You have heard of a DUI before, right? All these new laws. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. And it's taking away your rights little by little because we live off stare decisis, people, which is unfortunate. Well, no, I mean, it's not unfortunate. It's the best form of law as long as it's not manipulated. Your rights are paramount. Remember, the government doesn't tell you what you can do. You tell the government what they can enforce for you to do. When did we forget this? Now you got idiots like this dumbass Biden up there in office trying to say he has a right to make it so that you have to get a vaccination shot to go work. Fuck you. Even though the tests show that it doesn't matter if you got the shot or not, you're still going to get sick.
In that regard, 75 active duty Navy SEALs are starting a class action lawsuit against the government because they're requiring them to get the vaccination. And they've cited multiple federal laws and regulations, not the case.
Right. I feel that we need to get involved in this. It's not just the military, but it's a theory. If they think they have the right to force our military personnel to do this nonsense, then what's going to end up happening, people, is we're not going to get people signing up for the military anymore. You only got to understand that right before the Afghan or Iraq War or whatever the fuck, shock and awe happened, it was the lowest ever.
First Gulf War, yeah, the first Gulf War.
It was the lowest registration ever. They were having problems. They were trying everything. They started all kind of programs. We'll pay for this. We'll do that. We'll run over here and do this. and it wasn't working. And then when you had the kidnapping and all that shit, pride set in, people started to join. Well, I'm sorry, if you go back to treating these guys like shit, and we the people don't step up and stop them from doing this, then we are going to have a very, very, very bad military situation going on. Because of the way we treat people around the world, we need to have an active military that's very good, okay? That's just the way it is. I mean, this is the reality of the situation. My father made it best. Who would you rather speak like? English, Japanese, or German? Pick. There's no fairness, people. Every last one of us. So looking at Russia and China like they're these evil fucking places, and they're just.
Hey, there's your phone again.
I'm about ready to chuck it out the door. I'm trying to get all the numbers off. I don't care. Seriously, we need to work together, not apart.
Well, if you took the SIM card out, why didn't you take the battery out?
Because I haven't transferred all the phone numbers yet, and I don't want to lose them.
Okay.
I'm working on it, dude. I really am. I mean,
what we really need is a leader. We don't have one now. This Trump is doing all he can. Their lawyers are doing all they can, and
brother,
we need leaders to form these groups and bring people together and make them understand what the hell is going on.
No, Stevie, you're not still Chase Bank. I actually fixed that. When I got I know when I was typing in Stevie's number for some reason, and I don't know how, I put him as Chase Bank. So then I'm sitting there one day and I get a call and it's from Chase Bank, and I'm like going, what? They only call you when there's a trouble, you know what I'm saying? But this is you guys got to understand too that America has always been people for the people, of the people, by the people, not by the government. What is going on now is you got these stupid fucking millennials and all my feelings crowd. My feelings, because my feelings are so fucking important. Well, I'm sorry, no, they're not actually. You know, it's just a matter of the amount of people that are in this country. You sit in your chair and try to figure out how every fucking person can possibly be, get all the what they should get, the fairness of it. It's very hard to do. It's very different cultures and stuff. So I think it's an amazing accomplishment that the United States came together and formed it with all these people and cultures brought together. So we need to be a little bit more understanding of each other. But this nonsense of tearing, like, I'm sorry, they tear down the old statues, which I don't know if you went when you were in school, if they let you read books, but the way it works is history will fucking repeat itself if you erase it, flat out. It will repeat itself. You learn nothing by destroying things. You don't even know why you're doing it. And then let me just say it this way. They pull down the statues, fine, whatever. I don't agree, but it is what it is. And then they put up a statue of George Floyd. Now, I agree that what happened with Floyd, with the police, that situation was hideous. But however, this man was a criminal and did a lot of nasty things. So there is no need to put up a statue to highlight him. His victims may not appreciate that nonsense. But I mean, to bring his name up as part of what the injustice that was done to him, fair enough.
Yeah.
How do you justify tearing down military statues and putting up a criminal one? I'm sorry.
Or Civil War statues.
Yeah,
that's what they've been tearing down, Civil War statues.
Oh, and another thing about the Civil War, I mean, do you know how the states picked which were going to be slavery states? You know how that worked out? When America first started, nobody wanted actually. There were some that wanted it, but they did not inherently want, because of what the Constitution they had written with all man was fair, they want to have it. But because of the situation that half of the country had slaves and the other half didn't have, they made the exception that when you became a state, one state went to being a slave state, one state went to being a non-slave state. Now, they arranged it to keep the South basically with it. Now, then the problem started to exist with New York, where all your northern states were not able to keep up with the supply and demand of supplies because they didn't have free labor. So they were being pumped out. So it became an issue where they wanted to outlaw slavery. And that was starting into play, but not fast enough. So there were southern people and states that had too much invested, they figured, in slavery, which I could really care less. So sorry for you, you're an idiot. But so they needed to be stopped, and but that wasn't just the only reason that the Civil War existed was for slavery, but it did show our country that that was a wrong way to go, and we were the ones that got rid of it. Now they haven't stopped slavery and all that shit and Middle East and Africa. They're still doing the slave trades. They're still doing that nonsense.
Yeah.
But our history is filled with of course. I mean, I don't know how people just freak out. I didn't realize that we were Jesus Christ. I mean, to expect everything to be perfect for every single person, it's never going to be that way. The idea is to learn from the past and move forward and not make the same mistakes again. Now, there's nothing we can do to go back a couple hundred years, but since everybody living now today wasn't there, and I am never will be, I don't follow the Catholic belief of the sins of the father will be put on the son. I'm sorry, no. If, of course, I didn't come from this. I've never owned, no one in my entire family has ever owned slaves. But if somebody 200-300 years ago did, too fucking bad. What? I mean, look, it's like my uncle developed a spiral staircase. So what? I don't get no money off of that. What the fuck do I care? It's not involved me. It doesn't have nothing to do with me. It's what I'm doing. And the idea is to keep the injustice moving forward. But no, they don't want that. They do not want us to ever stop arguing. Because if they do, you remember, we said it, united we stand, divided we fall. This whole race war thing is a division.
Yes.
And it's going to keep up with the division. So we cannot finally say enough is enough, because while we're all bickering, they're stealing everything, guys. I mean, look what they're doing. It's worse than Enron, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
They're flagrantly just taking money, destroying our rights, while we're all bitching and yelling about the crumbs laying on the street.
Amen. You're right.
But this attitude is why I can say, and what does that have to do with vets? Because that's why you see your vets eating out of trash cans, people. That's exactly why. We're too busy fucking around with all other things besides what's important. And if you don't understand that, you go back to when Trump first got into office. I have never seen such a display of bullshit in all my life. These idiots started yelling about how many people were at his inauguration party, and then something about a hooker thing or something. While this man launched 60 IBM missiles into the side of the mountain in Turkey. An act of war. Why did he do it? Because 1 month later, those missiles would have had to been decommissioned, and they
were
not
expired. They would have been expired.
And they would not been replaced. They only get replaced when they're used in a commission of a war or something, and that's exactly what. But we were too busy yelling and screaming about how many idiots went to his inauguration. That's what we were doing. It's called, like squirrel. You look the other way. Don't really. So the next time somebody comes up with some jackass thing like, like they're doing right now, let's go, Brandon. That is a diversion. Start looking around, people, to see what really is going on. When they do something stupid like that, like when Trump started going after with the nonsensical heavy metal caused the kid to kill himself bullshit, which had already been through court so many times and has been debunked. You can't play a record and have a kid kill himself unless he's mentally fucked up and then he really needs help anyway. But yet Trump did that. Why? So he could incite anger and get people to go, while he was sneaking over doing something else. That's the way they work. That's the entire thing, misdirection, just like the CIA. False flags. They'll come make a false flag to keep your attention off something or get something they want done. They no longer can make you do it by vote. You won't listen to them. It doesn't fill their agenda. I mean, honestly, people, if they really gave a flying screw about any of us, there would be no homeless anything. If you just take 0.03% of the military budget, you can pay for every program in this entire country, head to toe. But we're not. We're never going to do it. It's just not going to do it. So now you know. They could, but they won't. So then instead of trying to make them, you got to figure out why they won't and go after them, make them do it.
Well, where do we start?
By respecting our vets.
And that's where the movement for the green light bulbs came from.
Oh, God.
Right now, there's a movement out there for green porch light bulbs, and that's for honoring veterans. We know what red light bulbs are for.
Green headlights for cars? Is that what you're saying?
No, porch lights. Your porch
okay.
light, or your light in front of your house. Green.
I've seen greenish tint headlights on cars.
No, that's just a fad, you know.
Okay.
But on your porch, you know what a blue light is for, right?
Yeah.
That's support the blue line police.
Yeah.
And a red light, well, we know what that goes with the red dress with the slit, you know.
Exactly.
But the green light is to support veterans. There's a movement out there by veterans organizations. If you support veterans, put a green light at this Christmas season. Yep. So that's what that's about. Yellow is a Bud Light. We know that.
Exactly, Bud Light.
But a green porch light is mean you support veterans.
Which we, like I said, that's if we.
And that's fine and good, but what good does it do the veteran?
Well, again, part of changing this entire thing will be to change the attitude of people.
Right.
If we can, honestly, people, you saw the way it works. I mean, I'm not. I've been alive. I got to see it several times when they kidnapped the American people.
It's not like I have anybody to talk to, but I couldn't get it to work either.
I told you we have to activate it.
Completely and utterly.
I think I have to go to AT&T and do that, Brandon.
Hey guys, I haven't had anything to eat.
You have to go, my brother.
So I'm going to bow out and go get something to eat.
Well, we've been going for 2 hours and 40 minutes, brother. We're almost there as well. Again, I'll end it by saying that thank you, Jim, for coming up and telling us your story. It was an honor having you up here. We thank you for your service.
You're certainly welcome, and I thank you for having me. I thank you and KY.
You're welcome
for doing this, and I think it's a great idea. I think we are to get more involved with helping the vets, homeless, whatever.
All of the above.
All the above.
Yes.
Thank you, Buzzy.
Hey, thank you, Wrights.
Hope to see you again.
Yes, I will.
If there's anyone here who hasn't hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up before you go.
Will do.
Take care, my brother. Thank you,
guys. Bye.
Be good, Buzzy.
Now you have to do that. No, he left before I could tell him. You have to do that on YouTube. You can't do that on StreamYard.
Oh, he didn't quit. He dropped down. And here's Ginger.
Well, it's about time she got her ass up here.
I just woke up.
Yeah, you always just every time I call, I just woke up.
Look at this guy with this book. He's gonna send me. No, you're not. Oh my God, with the alligators. I swear to God. No, Bud's at best. Bud's gonna get another dog.
How come you don't believe me?
How come what?
You don't believe me.
What?
I don't eat you.
Believe
You don't
her.
believe me. I woke
I
up in a
believe you. I
Tony.
believe you.
Oh, I woke up in a panic yell again.
Jeez.
Yeah, we called you 4 times, but you didn't answer. So
I
we
think
we
I had
figured.
a bad nightmare. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I called you 4 times, and I figured you were sleeping. I told him you must be
Yeah,
sleeping.
because I ate.
Oh,
Remember?
Ginger, we were here. He said Ginger, 4 times. He did. I swear.
So I just said, well, she's sleeping. Let her sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because
because I ate. Remember?
No.
No, you
How
actually
do we
ate.
remember? We didn't talk to you since yesterday.
Are you asking if we know you eat as a whole? Yeah, we know you eat. You're still alive. Are you there?
Yeah.
So what'd you have to eat? Tacos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Do you guys have the same thing we have, like regular Taco Tuesday, then chicken taco Thursday?
I don't know. I just cook them when I want.
All right. Do you get to go to the truck? Oh, no, she wouldn't have the trucks up there.
No, there's no truck. They're locked down. Remember?
Yeah. Poor Canada. Da.
And I'm having a toga party.
You're having a toga party? All right.
Yeah, see? Toga.
It's a party of one. Everyone's coming.
Actually, for when you do these V for Bets panel, I could change my icon to one of the ones that Stevie made with the V.
I haven't got mine on the computer yet to do it.
Did he come tonight?
Stevie's in there. Yeah, he's right there.
Where?
Well, he's not up on panel, but he's in the chat. Mau
I
Mau.
see.
Mau.
Hi, Belle. I see you.
There's a
Mau,
phone
mau,
number
mau.
right there.
The what?
That's the phone number that was on it.
Hi, Grant.
I have the phone number. I told you that.
Hello, Ginger.
Oh,
I called you and said you weren't taking phone calls.
Belle's up here. Hi, right?
Hello, you traitor.
What?
You
I sent
traitor.
you a video. Did you see the video?
Uh-huh.
Oh, here's Michelle again. And what?
I get it.
Be back in 5 minutes. Be back in 5 minutes. You took off on me.
Stevie didn't send Belle his avatars. I can't remember.
Oh, no, I got disconnected.
Well, I told you we had to have a board meeting and decided who was going to get which one.
Uh-huh.
You as CEO would get the first choice. So
Fuck that.
I thought you said you wanted the one with the small camouflage pattern.
Yeah, I think Bart really likes the one he has. Right, Graham? That's a one in chat.
Right? Did you watch the
Well, no,
video?
one that you like the idea of. So, oh my God. I tell him to put a 1 if you like it, a 2 if not. He puts 1 and 2. So he likes it, but he doesn't like it. All right.
But we have to decide which one because there were 6 or 7 different variations.
Jesus Christ! Here comes that nutcase again. Let her up.
Which nutcase? Just a second.
Look at her. She's back up and down, up and down. She's really good at going up and down. You should have heard the way KY was talking about you, Michelle.
Unfortunately, Bud, Michelle can hear you even when she's not up there.
Oh shit! Oh my God!
Yes, my son.
Oh, my knees hurt. And of course, I did the face dive the other day. Yummy. That did not help my knees one bit.
Maybe the body died.
Gone again. What is with her? She gets up and down off the panels more than she. Never mind.
Now, Bell, the one with the real fine green camo was the one Bud wanted, right? And then there was a bigger camo. That one was open.
Yeah, it could be any type of camo.
Oh, I thought
just
you
wanted a
said
green color.
camel. Oh my god.
No, not camel. Camo.
Oh my god.
Camouflage.
The Bud wanted a camo. There were no goats, so he wanted a camo.
Oh wait, the two humps could be like the bees, and the center would be
Yeah,
the
but
four.
Bud's not tall enough for a camel.
Yeah, well,
Remember, people, we're still live.
Oh shit.
I've ridden a camel. I like them better. They're really different to ride than horses.
Well,
instead of
I know, but that makes
side
all
to
kind of
side.
sense because Ginger lives around mooses. I mean, they probably ride them fucking things too. So that's natural to get on a camel after that.
I'm gonna hop on it, the biggest fucking moose I could find, and come to your house.
Show up with a moose. That'd be great.
Where do you think they got the name Commander Moosevic?
God, he rides in on a moose. Yeah.
Does
And
anyone
yes, they have. There are moose in northern Minnesota. There are moose.
What does Mazatov mean?
Basically, it's like Cheers.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and then they usually throw the glass and the shards go in people's eyes and shit. It's pretty scary. Mazatov, crash! Oh my! I could walk under a camel. I'd love
You
to
walk under a camel.
Goddamn right, dude. Camel. Why the hell would I walk under a camel? No, but
He's just saying you're so short. That's what he's saying.
Oh, how nice. I try.
Anyhow, I saw that thing about the Navy SEALs suing the government. There's an organization that is supporting them, firstliberty.org.
Okay.
And they would like you to go to firstliberty.org and click on them, support our Navy SEALs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't let that happen, dude. That's not right. And that's almost criminal because when they sign
Navy
up
is saying that the SEALs and or their family members all have to be vaccinated or they're not allowed to go into the PXs or their facilities.
That's bullshit.
That's
And now they're
bullshit.
trying to push it onto the family members
Yep.
too.
Yes, and the family members. They're saying and the family members.
Sure. Here I got
It's like an experiment.
It is. It's called the Great Reset.
Well, and the drugs are experimental. They're not approved by the FDA yet.
Nope.
Bigger than
They are submitted. They have been submitted. They have been submitted for approval. They are not approved.
Here she comes again, guys. Are you there, Michelle? Oh shit.
Bigger than the MC Ultra or whatever it's called.
The lights are on, but nobody's home.
Poor Michelle, she's trying her best. She can't. Oh man. You know, guys, while you guys are talking, I want to eat salad. I'll be right back. I gotta make it. And I'll be back.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I am.
He's trading Mountain Dew for coffee for Mountain Dew.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right, the sound of silence, just stepping in.
Yeah.
So not allowed to talk.
I think we need to shut her down. We're done. I think we're done. We're down to 4 people watching.
Yeah, and like I said,
We're just under 3 hours. We got time in.
we got time in, and it went well. I thought the interview went well with Jim. And like I said, it's like tomorrow we'll be continuing this one, hopefully with not a lot of talk. All right.
And hopefully by then you don't take the battery out of that phone that keeps going crazy.
Oh shoot! I got to get all those numbers written down later because I can't transfer them. Bye, Bill. Again, all right, everyone. It was great. It was good to have a vet up here and tell their story. Jim Busbee is a lot of things. And we are this. The theme of this was how the VA has been treating some of our vets. So you're getting one side right now. Again, we'll have other interviews with people that actually had good experiences with the VA, and we'll hopefully try to figure out why there's a difference between them. For everyone in chat, I thank you for coming. KY, you wanna give a final goodbye before I butt out?
Yes, if you let me before cutting me off like you did yesterday. Crunch, 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 crunch. There goes the bus.
Exactly.
All right, everybody, stay safe, be well. We'll see you 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow.
Much love.
All right, guys, butt out.